evening, and welcome to Thursday Night Locals at Nerd Rage Gaming. My name is Dan Hugar. I am here with Brian DeVeza and Bryce, who you can't see. We're happy to have him here. And Brian, we are playing new Mega Evolution format today.
I know. We're super excited that we get to play Megas finally. We're excited Milwaukee's coming up. So this is like the prime time to start playing new format now. So we're super excited. We had the challenge last week, so that was old format. But now we're excited that we get to start getting into the new format, start seeing a lot of the new archetypes, new cards being played, and stuff like that.
Agreed, completely. Also, maybe move the mic closer because we're
Yeah.
probably pretty quiet.
Yeah,
But
probably.
yes, I agree completely. We got Milwaukee coming up in like a week and a half. We got to figure out what to play. I got to figure out what to play because I don't know what the heck I'm playing.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get something on the board here. So you're right. We now have Megas as a part of the format.
Yeah.
And everyone is a little concerned about three-prize Pokemon. So the good news for everyone is they all kind of suck right now.
Yeah, but only for now.
Only for now. Only for now. But I will say, even if the Megas themselves aren't that great, there are some really good cards in this set.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like the Lilies of Termination's already been like thrown into a bunch of different decks already. Soul Rock and Lunatone has been a really welcome change to the format as well. I think a lot of decks have started putting that into it as well. So those are a couple things to kind of get excited about. So really looking forward to how this format kind of develops.
Well, so you had my back when we were talking about as a team of picking our play for the week, and you quoted me a la Dan Hugar.
Yes.
I don't want to play a deck without a draw engine.
Exactly. Yeah.
And now so many more aggro decks have a draw engine with that.
It's cool too, because like when we were talking, like I was playing with Roth, and like not too long ago.
B-Meg,
Yeah.
there's at least one.
There is one.
He has to win for us to get him on stream, but there's at least
Yeah.
one.
But that new Soul Rock Lunatone engine is super cool because it's it's like concealed cards with extra cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so not only that, and I think this is why it's so strong, is it's a draw engine. It's low like effort, just two basics. And it also includes a very good, efficient attacker.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the Soul Rock knocks out any evolving basic with 70 HP or less.
Exactly.
That's so good.
Yeah, and it like makes you think about like, because do you play the 70 HP or under basic Pokemon, or do you play the 80 HP one that probably has a higher retreat cost? So it kind of makes you kind of think about your deck building a little bit more.
And we may see that with Cerulege because that is
Yeah.
a big one. B-Meg, so here's our rule, or at least my rule, and everyone follows it for some reason. For stream, I will put the memeiest deck possible on there if you win a round. And Brian, you guys have followed this too when I'm not here.
Oh yeah.
You got to show the deck functions at least once.
You got to show that you're able to get a win.
Yes, exactly. One win.
One
That's
win.
all I ask.
That's all
One
we
win.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But Brian, Mega Obama Snow aside, what else do you want to see today?
Yeah. So I mean, we're probably going to see a lot of Gardevoir. We're going to see a lot of Cerulege. I mean, even when we were like getting our games in earlier, that was kind of like what everybody was playing.
Literally everyone was playing
Everybody was
Gardevoir versus
playing.
Cerulege.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be playing like Goldengo with rocks, stuff like that. So I feel like those are going to be some of the main things that we kind of see for today. But I hope that we get a little bit more creative with some of the other deck building options we have.
Agreed. And speaking of creative, we are going the opposite direction, and we're actually starting off with Grimmsnarl and Dragapult. But to be honest, this is a really interesting matchup anyway.
Yeah, definitely is. Just because both decks kind of function on the way of trying to get damage counters moved around in some way, shape, or form. The Grimmsnarl really likes doing it with the Frost Blast engine, and then Dragapult does with the Phantom Dive attack. So both kind of function that way. So moving on to Rachel's turn here. So we're going to be getting the Impidimp going from the Spike Mute Stadium. And then let's see what else she will be able to do.
And I mean, getting two Impidimp down here is good. I think what Rachel would really like to get down is a couple Snow Runs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and Snow Runs, attaching to Monkey Dory, stuff like that are really strong ways to get your turn kind of going. So let's see if Rachel has anything left in the tank for this turn here. Oh, looks like she's going to pass it over. And then Wanjun starting with the Budu, which is definitely most optimal. Going second's also very optimal in this state as well, just so that Rachel won't be able to get any sort of item use or anything like that.
Well, we see in Wanjun's deck that first card you mentioned, the Lily's Determination, and this is not a like exciting, blow 'em up, amazing, look what this does card, but it's just so good. It just makes decks better by playing it.
Definitely, and I did play against Wanjun at a local last week, and I was playing Raging Bolt into this matchup, and so I was pretty much just sniping, like he had just single Dreepy every single turn. And I sniped like 4 Dreepies, and he was playing Lilies every single turn just to get a full like 8-card hand, and eventually I just lost the game just because
That's wild.
Because he just got Rare Candy Dragapult and then ended up just clearing my board with like everything else. So the Lily's Determination is a really good card just because you're able to just, recycle your hand, get 8 fresh cards, and just start like setting up your board. So it's a really good comeback card.
Well, and I think one of the big deals with it is you get 8 cards until you take a prize. And even after you do, you get 6.
6, yeah.
That's still not bad. But for decks like Dragapult, and even Grimmsnarl, where you don't really take prizes for a turn or 2 or 3, getting to put 8 cards in your hand plus Pheasantipity or something multiple times, that's so strong. And it lets you just play the game so aggressively.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So seems that Wanjun's already just eyeing 2 Dreepies here with the Buddy Poffin, and looking like there's not too much else we can do with the turn here.
I would like to see the Jamming Tower come down.
I would too,
though.
just because, I mean, with the Jamming Tower coming down, it would be important just because now Rachel can't further set up those Impidimps to go into Morgrem and Grimmsnarl. It would just have to be hoping that she draws into like a draw support or something like that.
Exactly. And obviously, Wanjun doesn't know Rachel's hand, but I mean, if you have a stadium available to get your guy kind of out.
Bryce, can you turn me up a little bit?
So to get your guy out, I mean, obviously, you don't want to give that as an option.
Yeah, definitely.
And we do. Oh, that sounds so much better.
Much better.
And we do see the tower bounce. We're likely going to see the Itchy Pollen. And that's fine.
Yeah, that's a fine turn. Fine way to end it. So,
Bryce, can you let them know it's 2 damage counters, not 1, because weak your ass?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
we already got it. We're good.
We're good. So it looks like we get the Morgrem coming down on the benched Impidimp. On Rachel's side, we have an energy attachment for turn. And, I mean, we have the Grimmsnarl for the next turn. So Rachel's looking like she's in a good position here.
So I don't know why we didn't filch. Because to be honest, you're about to accelerate a bunch of energy.
Yeah.
Like, what's the downside for digging another card into your deck?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not the worst thing in the world here. So let's see what we end up doing here. I think we just go straight into Grimmsnarl.
And that card was a Bunny Poffin, so not amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what her other top deck was. But I mean, regardless, from this position, we're going to take a knockout.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to apply some pressure on a Dreepy. This is probably fine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're definitely in a good spot here just because we're going to be able to start taking prizes here. Just because the Grimmsnarl is just going to be able to start attacking, put some damage onto the bench and all of that. So not too bad.
So I guess my question is, do you attack or do you filch here? Because I kind of want to see filch.
I kind of want to see the filch too, just because, I mean, with a deck like Dragapult, I mean, it's going to be slow anyways. So just being able to, further set up and just get some more draw support, not the worst thing in the world.
No, and so the... Oh, I don't know if I like that one.
Okay, we're going to put down the Fez here, flip the script. See what we get here.
And so the reason is we have a rare candy in hand.
Yeah. So you.
Oh, we have a Lily's
we got a
too.
Lily's and a Dracloak. So this is kind of like what I was talking about here, where like, I mean the Lily's just so powerful here, just because we can evolve one of the Dracloaks. If we really wanted to, we can rare candy Dragapult.
And I think we may be looking for a Hilda. Oh, we played Bundle. Interesting.
Yeah, Bundle's definitely interesting here too. And I could just see a world where we just play the Lilies and see if we can try to cycle through and get some more Dreepies and some Duskulls.
Well, what I would really like to see, honestly, is I would like to see the Budu come down.
Yeah, the Budu would be great too.
Unfortunately, we can't do well. Looks like we are never using a Duskull.
Yeah.
Unless, Brian, you're seeing some mystery I'm not here.
No.
That's a good point. Bryce, could you change the category for the stream?
Yeah, so I guess we're in Magic the Gathering right now.
Yes. And it absolutely should. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And so we'll see this Lily's Determination. I mean, like you said, Brian, 8 fresh cards is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. So you'll kind of see like the power of this card here, just because, I mean, we have 8 cards coming in. You can see how we can further like set up and get more energy. We can try to get some more Dracloaks. Let's see. None of those, but I mean, we get some good pieces for like the next turn or so.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Is there ever a world where we do counter catcher here?
Yeah, I think there's some merit to that, just because, I mean, we'll get that Impidimp up to 6, and then, we'll have to retreat it back again, and then something like a Halucha could just take it off the board right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes complete sense. And then also it does force Rachel to have an energy in hand in order to play.
Yeah. Oh, but we just go into the Grimmsnarl here.
And I don't think that's bad, especially because Rachel clearly doesn't have that strong of a hand.
Yeah.
We do see the Artisan come down. And what are we expecting to see?
So the Artisan is looking like we're grabbing Monkey Dory here. So I kind of I think that's okay, but part of me also wants to see something like Snow Run come down. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, is this too late for something like Snow Run to come down? Because, I mean, if we Phantom Dive the next turn, we got no more Snow Run.
And that's exactly my thought. And to be honest, this is the other argument for going into the Impidimp, is Rachel wouldn't be able to attach to Monkey.
Yeah.
But now we can. And honestly, I kind of expect us to knock out the Budu.
Yeah, definitely. So that looks like that's what we're doing here is we're going to go into the Budu and force something else to come up here. Ooh, the Fez is coming up here.
That can't be right.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, just because after we swing, it's going to be pretty much Monkey Dory away, a bench snipe away from getting knocked out here.
Oh, no, I know exactly how I feel about that. I feel very strongly.
Yeah.
And maybe Wonjun was playing around Turo or something, but, oh, well, okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah, so it looks like we're just going to go for the
180.
Here, the 180 into the Fez. Let's see where we're going to be putting. Well, we can't really put the 30 on anything besides the Latias, just because of the
exactly.
Shaman. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And so Rachel declines to place the damage elsewhere.
Yeah, she probably. I think she tried putting it on the Dracloak, but
and got shut down with it. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So then, what's Wonjun doing here?
Yeah. So Wonjun has like some ghosts available now. So I'm thinking that's got to kind of come down eventually. We got a Hilda in hand as well, which can get us to Phantom Dive angle here. So let's see where we end up going.
So I know I would want to see either Fez or Recon Directive first before Hilda.
Definitely.
Because if we hit an energy...
Which we definitely could. Let's see, maybe that Dracloak might be able to grab us something. Let's see here.
Let's see what we got here.
Iono and Holucha.
So this is tough now because that Fez is dead, essentially.
Yeah, definitely is. Yeah, because that Shaman's not going to protect it.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, Ryan, do we put down the Duskull in this situation?
I think you do still. I feel like it's gonna pressure. It's gonna force something out of Rachel here.
So the other thing we could do is we can counter catch her up that Impidimp and knock it out.
We definitely can. I also can see some merit if we wanted to like counter catch her like Monkey Dory. I don't think that's like the worst thing in the world either.
I will say I actually like Wonjun going with this line because for me, you got to think about how do you win the game.
Yeah.
Wonjun's going to win the game by applying pressure. Rachel is going to win the game by also applying pressure. But in order for Rachel to win, she's got to be attacking with Grimmsnarl.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
so as Wonjun, if you clear her Grimmsnarl pieces from the board, you are in such a better position than if you just like knock out a Monkey and leave that Grimmsnarl active to attack.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm hoping that we grab. Oh, it looks like we grabbed the Dusclops. I would have liked the Dracloak here. To be honest.
Agree.
But, I mean, if we're going with the Dusclops angle, I think that kind of indicates that we're going to be putting down the Duskull as well.
What do you think about that as strategy?
I think it's okay, just because if we're going into that angle where we want to put down the Duskull, it's going to be saying that we're going to want to take like a big multi-prize turn in the next like maybe 1 to 2 turns or so. So...
And that makes sense. The only risk with it is by doing this, Rachel can get another Monkey and then knock out that Duskull with 2 Monkey Pings and also clear the Fez from the board to take a 3-prize turn.
Exactly.
And that's
definitely a big part of it as well.
Yeah, that's very scary.
Yes. So we're going to see the Dragapult come down. We're going to see the energy come in. We're going to probably see the Phantom Dive smack into this Grimmsnarl, and we're going to take that knockout on the Impidimp on the bench.
So one minor thing for those watching from like a sequencing and resource perspective, I actually would have loved to see Wonjun play that Buddy Poffin to get a Duskull onto the board rather than use the one from hand.
Yeah, definitely.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Looks like we're taking the Monkey Dory.
No, I don't think that's good.
Yeah.
That can't be good.
No.
Well, the one advantage actually, though, is now with that 20 damage on the board, that Duskull is safe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it definitely is safe. And another important thing to kind of note is that, I mean, Rachel has got no bench support pretty much.
Right.
I mean, we're barely kind of like swinging by right now with what we have here. And it's kind of showing what we were kind of talking about, where it's like a deck like this doesn't have a draw engine if you're not really drawing too well.
For sure.
What can you do?
And I think that's the big scary thing for Rachel. She's one bad Iono away from just kind of collapsing.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see if the Super Rod kind of does anything for her here.
So, and I should also note, though, one advantage Rachel still has is that this Grimmsnarl is going to survive a Phantom Dive.
Oh, yeah.
But on the flip side, Wonjun knows this Grimmsnarl will not survive a Dust Noir plus Phantom Dive. And I think that has to be part of the play for him.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like Rachel might be just eyeing the lilies here. And we put down the Spike Mute. Maybe play the Spike Mute before we play the Lily.
Looks like no. We're going to Lilies first. And so like we said, Lilies is for 8 when you have 6 prizes remaining. It's for 6 when you have any prizes taken.
Yeah.
But I mean, Shuffle Draw 6 is really good.
Yeah, Shuffle Draw 6 is really good just because, I mean, if we were to play something like Iono in this instance, Rachel would only have 4 cards. But now, since we're playing the Lily here, even though we don't get the disruption portion of it, Rachel still ends up with 6 cards, which is pretty solid.
100%. And I think that will enable her to play the game, especially if we find an out to, well, an Energy.
Yep.
Or a Night Stretcher. Okay.
Yeah, so we got some stuff now. But another thing, though, is that we still have the Spike Mute. So the Spike Mute will be able to grab us another Impidimp here, which we definitely will need for later on into the game. And it looks like we're just going to use this Night Stretcher to get an energy here.
And so we will, with this, be able to set up that Dreepy on the bench for a closeout later.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, we're going to be able to knock out Fez.
Yeah,
and
knocking
that's
out Fez
really
is, I
good.
think, the biggest part here, too. Yeah, and I mean, with like stuff like the Devo in the hand, the Devo can definitely set up some stuff, too. Because if we start setting up damage on that, you know, that Dreepy on the bench, we got stuff like the Dracloak, the Dragapult, that's going to be taking damage as well. Devo can be something that could really do some damage later on in the game.
For sure. And so now, Wonjun's going to be in a bit of a precarious situation, because I think he needs to clear the Grimmsnarl pieces from the board this turn, or else he's kind of cooked.
Yeah, definitely. So, let's see here. 2 going on to that Shaman. And it looks like we're just going to take this. Oh, it's yeah.
And then are we going to place any... Are we choosing not to spread?
Yeah.
Do you think Rachel knows she can hit EXs?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she's trying to set up something with the Fez the next turn.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I hope she does know that she can attack the Fez.
All right, so then in Wonjun's hand, we do have the Dusclops. We do have this Dracloak for Recon Directive. Like, what's the move here?
Yeah, so I think we're just going to see if we can see some cards first. Definitely got to evolve that Dusclops. And I feel like if we're going to play something like that Iono in hand, we need to pop the Dusclops first.
And so here's the thing. I would really like Wonjun to play that Ultra Ball to Thin and Recon Directive first because we have the Dust Noir in hand.
Yeah.
So if we hit Arven or Rare Candy,
yeah,
we can absolutely clear the board here.
Yeah, we definitely could, especially since you know that Wonjun does play Rare Candy as well.
We do just hit the... Oh, wait. Q to let them know to can't take both.
Yeah.
It's definitely not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't take both. Yeah, it was either the Iono or the energy.
Yeah, Bryce, can you just tell them we know it's the Iono and the energy. Just pick one and put it at the bottom of the deck. It's the Iono and the energy. Just one has to go at the bottom of the deck.
Yep, I think he's fixing it up.
Perfect. Yep. Totally fine. See, adjusted, fixed.
Yep, it's good. It keeps us on our toes.
It
so
does.
That we kind of make sure that we...
Yep, that's the card.
It's Iono and energy. Yeah.
All right, perfect. See, this is why they got us here. We
I
can
know,
make sure
right?
everything stays right.
We can make sure everything kind of stays smooth here.
All right, and so we do see then the energy attachment.
Yep.
I mean, Brian, do we Turo the Fez?
I feel like we have to eventually. It's like we either Turo the Fez or we have to play Iono here.
Well, so here's what I would love to see, guys, and you all can ignore me because 5 I would love to see Turo Fez, Ultra Ball for Hawlucha hit into the Grimmsnarl, knock out the Impidimp.
Yeah.
Okay, step 1. We are through step 1 here, which is good.
We are. Let's see where else we're going here. We're eyeing the Ultra Ball here.
I mean, we're hopefully going along those lines
Yeah.
then.
All right, we're going to play the Ultra Ball here. We know the Hawlucha's in the deck.
Yes, we do. We did see it earlier.
Yep.
And so let's see if that's the route.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
we go. Here we go.
All right, so is this the right route? Because I certainly think it is, but
Yeah.
I've also been wrong before.
Yeah, I definitely like this route. Whether it's right or wrong, you know, it could be subjective. But it looks like that's what we're grabbing here.
No, it's not subjective. This is absolutely correct.
Yeah,
Now,
is it?
granted, I have some other feedback, but this is still good because it does apply pressure on the Grimmsnarl pieces for Rachel.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also one of those things where we can make a move like this because we know that we do have a backup attacker ready, pretty much almost
Yes.
ready to go.
So now, here's the issue, though, is by leaving this monkey on board now, there is a small chance for Rachel to clear all of the Dragapult pieces from the board.
Yeah, definitely. There is definitely an angle to where we can kind of do that as well because Devo is definitely a thing.
Devo is. And so all we need to do is monkey twice and Devo, and then Wonjun's in a tough spot.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So let's see what Rachel's able to kind of do here. We have the energy. We got the Spike Muth coming down first.
And I believe we have at least one Impidimp still in deck.
I believe so as well. So that's going to come down first. We're going to see the Impidimp.
Oh, but here's an interesting thing, Brian. What we could see this turn is Wonjun could pop Dusknoir, kill the Impidimp, put down Bear, Iono Rachel to 1, and then use Blood Moon Ursaluna to knock out the Grimmsnarl EX.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's in a fine position.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely something that's definitely able to be done as well. And it's so important, too, because stuff like the Latias is on the board to be able to get stuff like the Bear in and out of the active as well.
Yes.
Which is really important.
100%.
So, seeing on Rachel's side here, we might be just thinking about playing that Devo soon.
To which Wonjun thought must be Ruh-roh Raggy.
Yeah, definitely. So, maybe play the counter catcher.
I don't know if I'd like to see the counter catcher.
Yeah, I don't think I would like it either, because, I mean, either it's going to be something you want to knock out or something you don't want to have in the active anyways.
Right.
So, we're going to see.
Okay. And, I mean, to be honest, that's a really good hand from Rachel.
Yeah, pretty solid. But at the same time, it's not going to be able to clear out both parts of the board like we wanted to.
Right. So a Devo this turn would put Wonjun down to just a Dreepy on board. But like you said, Brian, it would not be enough to fully clear the board.
Yeah, which isn't like the biggest deal in the world because if we look at Wonjun's hand, I mean, we have the rare candy.
Oh, goodness, you're right.
The rare candy could definitely do some damage here, but at the same time, we would still need the Dragapult in hand in order to do so.
Which we will have because of the Devo.
Yeah, so the Devo's going to take a knockout here. We're going to go down to Dreepy.
And we are now in a position where Wonjun can actually clear all the Grimmsnarl pieces.
But getting the Ultra Ball and the Dragapult here.
We don't even need it. We just win.
Need it. Yeah, we just win here. Yeah.
And then we just clean the board, and Wonjun takes it down by getting the rare candy in hand. And
I'm telling you, that rare candy is a game changer.
I'm telling you.
I got cooked by it. Very clearly got cooked by it.
Bryce, do we not have a game 2? Dang, man, that was fast then.
Yes,
Mr. Blanks, we are playing with Mega Evolution today,
yes,
which
we are.
is good for us because I really need to practice.
Yeah, we definitely need to figure out what's good.
So, Mr. Blanks, for those who have joined, just so you are aware, I have absolutely no idea what I'm playing in Milwaukee. And it turns out when you have a child you are at least mutually responsible for with someone, it takes a lot of time away from testing. So I need to figure out what to play.
I know, exactly. And when you work full-time also.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So if anyone has recommendations for me, send me a list. Tell me what to play.
If I was going to Milwaukee, I would literally just bum like a list from one of you guys.
It's 100% going to be the line.
Yeah.
So, Brian, you actually, speaking of, though, you pulled a couple good lists for us to talk about.
Yeah. So,
where do you want to start?
I feel like we should start with the Goldango Rocks because I feel like that's going to be the most popular one. I mean, we had that Full Grip Games 3K tournament this past weekend, and I feel like a majority of the top 8 was Goldango Rocks.
I think it was 3 or 4 of top 8
like
was a very similar list to this.
Yeah, and shout out to Dan Nabarro for making top 8 of that event.
Yeah.
That's my guy. But it's a cool deck just because it gives Goldango a better one prize attacker, in my opinion, just because you can use it a lot more effectively earlier in the game. And it gives you just an insane amount of draw power. Just because now with the Soul Rock and Lunatones and coin bonus, you're drawing like a lot of cards every single turn. And it's like super nice because now you don't have to worry about having like prizing like one-ofs of like specific energies or anything like that. Because all of your damage is going to be coming from pretty much metal and fighting energy.
100%. And also, there's now so much synergy. Is that the word?
It could be.
Synergistic?
Yeah.
Because we have Fighting Gong.
Yeah.
And Fighting Gong allows you to search out your draw engine or part of your draw engine, but it also lets you search out energy. So even though you are removing the Energy Search Pro from this deck, you still have 4 more cards in deck that find you energy throughout the game if you already have your basics down.
Yeah, definitely. And like a lot of Goldengo would tell you like that this deck would live and die by if you're able to find Arven and Buddy Buddy Poffin. But now that it plays Precious Trolley, now you have a lot easier ways to kind of get your board kind of set up. Just because now it's like as long as you're able to get that Arven, you're able to get the Trolley. The Trolley will be able to get you a couple Gimme Ghouls, get you your Soul Rock Lunatone and the Genesect, and you're not just limited to just those really small basic Pokemon. You can get any basic Pokemon. So you can get 2 prizers, you could search out a 3 prize Mega if you really wanted to. That's a basic. I don't know if you really want to do that, but the Trolley is like it just opens up so many avenues for you to do a lot of stuff. So super solid archetype going into Milwaukee. And I think this is going to be one of the more popular ones too.
Well, shout out to Creatures, by the way, for their A-Spec designs. Because I know, I'll say it again, people gave so much flack when Prime Catcher came out. But, dude, we are talking about an aggro deck here that just goes 2/2/2 often. And we're talking about Precious Trolley as the A-Spec.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Yeah, definitely. So it's cool that we're getting a lot more of this A-Spec kind of like variability. And diversity within all the decks. Because it's funny because I sent 3 decks in to show, and I think they have 3 different A-Specs.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, because, I mean, this one plays the Trolley. I'm pretty sure one of them played Secret Box, and then the last one, I think, played Legacy Energy.
Okay. Oh, so we got some good ones to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
And so for Goldengo, I guess, Brian, I'm kind of thinking through, is this a deck? You know, let's just play the game.
Yeah.
Why should Dan play this deck? Brian, why should Dan play this to Milwaukee?
This deck has a draw engine. I feel like that should say enough, but I mean the deck has a draw engine. It's got pretty much almost limitless like attack like numbers, damage numbers, all of that. And I mean the fact that you're able to kind of just hit like super high numbers and you also have some pretty solid 1 prize attackers, I think it's a good play going into the event.
I think that makes sense. Mr. Blanks, you are far more complimentary towards my deck than I was towards my deck for Pittsburgh. I appreciate it. Actually, Bryce, would you be able to make an image from my deck from Pittsburgh? Because we should talk about that.
Yeah,
because I realized I wasn't here last week. So, I mean, Brian, I think it's a good selling point. You have high HP 2 prizers that can take big one-shots. You have 110's pretty solid HP for single prizers to play out the prize trade. And also, because you can draw cards with Lunatone, you don't actually need to put a Goldengo down to draw cards each turn.
Yeah.
So you can keep a full single prize board for as long as you want to and still take prizes.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I feel like putting Soul Rock, Lunatone, and just using like Boss to kind of fish out like single prize attackers, because you play 4 Boss.
Yeah.
That could definitely be like a solid kind of early game plan to kind of get your game going until it's ready to take the big prizes with the Goldengos.
I mean, I think that makes sense. And I think anytime you can have a game plan into a variety of matchups and have a way to close, like, it's got to be decent.
Yeah.
And so, Brian, tell me about some of the weirder one-offs here. So, Precious Trolley makes the Buddy Buddy and Nest Ball make sense. Tell us about the Picnic Basket and the Vitality Band, because those kind of stick out here.
Yeah, so I think the Vitality Band is just kind of there. So if the 70 is kind of not enough, you know, 80 HP Hoot Hoot exists, 80 HP Charcadet exists.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like just random like 80. I think Shaman has 80 HP.
It does.
So there's like some just random like basic Pokemon where the 70 doesn't just reach all the way. So Vitality Band can kind of help you get there as well. And as well as with the Goldengo, I think it's a little underrated, but Gardevoir has 310 HP. You usually need to have 7 energy to knock it out, but if you put the Vitality Band on it, it only needs 6 to get the exact 310.
Yeah.
So that's another kind of small little thing to kind of think about as well.
Well, it
and
holds for Blood Moon or Luna. That is
yeah,
260. It holds for the Mirror. Goldengo has 260.
yeah, definitely.
Like, that single modifier can save you an energy, and that matters
Yeah,
sometimes.
definitely. If you decide to Cruel Arrow an active Pokemon, that's 110.
Listen, desperate
Yeah,
times, I
desperate
guess,
times.
but
I know our teammate Rafal made some real big work of using Cruel Arrow during that was that Baltimore run last year?
yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
So, I
It's
mean,
a real
it's
attack.
a
You're
real
allowed to
attack.
use it.
Yeah, it's a real attack. So being able to just get that extra little boost definitely helps. And then Picnic Basket helps with stuff like, like Grimmsnarl, stuff that likes to spread damage throughout
Yeah.
the board, Dragapult, stuff like that. So being able to just heal like a lot of spread damage is just super effective as well.
Well, it's also wonderful against Monkey Dory because, hilariously, healing your opponent's board is also incredibly valuable.
Yeah,
Because Goldengo's just going to one-shot everything, so you don't care about damage staying on your opponent's board. And by getting rid of it, you prevent them from being able to manipulate it.
yeah, definitely. So that's something to kind of think about as well.
All right, so then, Mr. Blanks, you made a good point. Let's do this. Brian, let's talk about the next list you brought up, and then we'll talk
Yeah.
about my deck after the
Yeah,
next
which
round.
one do you want to look at? Do you want to look at Saraledge or do you want to look at Terrabox?
Ooh, let's look at Severedge, because I think that's a
Severedge.
nice lead-in, because this is
Yeah.
a Boom Boom deck, and Severedge, as you all see momentarily, is a Boom Boom deck. And so,
Yeah.
Brian, I see 20 energy cards here. Is that right?
I don't think so, but I grabbed this. This was the highest placing one from that Champions League. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, so this is the one that I kind of was like looking at. You probably don't need double Squawk. You could probably like switch Squawk out for like a Carmine or something like that. Maybe 4 Boss I feel like could be really good too.
Sure.
I really like the idea of like Night Stretcher in a deck like this, just because being able to just like Night Stretcher for a fighting energy and then discard it to draw 3 is also like a really cool line as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, this deck does a lot of damage. It also has like a very, very high damage cap as well. And the nice thing is that it's a fire Pokemon, so it takes weakness advantage into Goldengo, which is something to kind of think about. And I remember when I was like initially testing for EUIC earlier in the year, I feel like this deck has a very good Dragapult matchup, just for the similar reasons for similar reasons why Goldengo has a good Dragapult matchup as well.
Yeah, and it definitely does. So the 270 number is awkward all of its own.
Yeah. Oh, and I think you are right, but then I don't like Blender, so I think I picked something else. Oh wait, no, I think I got this. I got this list. I might have gotten this list from a Champions League.
Or from
Not
a
a Champions
City
League, a City League. Yeah, I might have gotten it from a City League, but I do not like the Blender. I wanted to find something that has Legacy Energy.
So I actually would agree.
Yeah.
I when you have an ace spec, and I know clearly Battle Compressor was an insane card in the past.
Yeah.
I think just being able to accelerate damage a bit in a deck like this where there are so many ways to burn the energy out, I would probably rather have it do something like Legacy where you can skew the prize trade. Or even something like Prime Catcher probably wouldn't be bad
Prime
in
Catcher
here.
would also be solid here. I just like the Legacy Energy too, just because like sometimes you're not gonna be able to find. Maybe you only are able to find fighting energy.
True.
So like Legacy Energy can kind of help with that. Legacy Energy is also really nice too, just because you can put it on something like Squawk or Fez, and all of a sudden it's not a 2 prize liability now.
That's also true.
Same with like Saraledge. If you put it on the Saraledge, all of a sudden it's a 1 prizer now.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a lot of things you can do with Legacy Energy. Like if you decided you wanted to play like a Monkey Dory, you could put it on Monkey Dory too, and all of a sudden that's worth 0 prizes, and you could still use a Drone Brain.
Bend. Yeah.
Mind Bend, Drone Brain, anything like that. So there's a lot of things you can kind of do with it. So I think that's kind of why Legacy Energy is probably one of the, in my opinion, is probably the better ace pack between that and the Blender.
And Phantom, I agree.
Yeah.
And Nikita, I agree.
Yeah.
I do think Briar is a really good inclusion in this deck because this deck can take advantage of it so effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, finding a space for Briar would be super solid here too. There's just a lot of things you can kind of do with those kinds of supporters. And the Pal Pad kind of being able to recycle it means that it won't be so bad if you have to discard it earlier in the game.
So one thing I would say, a lot of Japanese lists, I think we always want to keep in mind, Japan is only best of 1.
Yes.
There is no best of 3. So if y'all are looking at a list for a best of 3, that's a big reason why they play 2 Squawk, why they play 2 Rod, why they play multiples of everything except for just Power Spike cards. Because if you prize Squawk in your one game, you're cooked, and there's your round. But if you have 2, you had a little more flexibility.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was like times when Charizard lists were playing 2 Rotom
Right,
in
exactly.
Japan, and like we look at it in America and we're like, what are these people thinking? But it's like they play best of 1, so that's
You,
why they kind of have to do it.
you absolutely have to hit it.
Yeah,
And so I do think this is one of the considerations we have going into Milwaukee. Not quite this list, but
yeah,
I think 20 energy is great, 19 minimum. I think legacy is great. I think
yeah,
a ton of gust is great. I think a ton of energy and ball search is great.
yeah,
2 Turo maybe, but this is, to me, this and Goldengo are both decks that are the epitome of I just want to play the game and run everything over.
yeah, definitely.
Because if I hit harder and I'm more aggressive, I'm going to beat everything else that slows down even a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think another thing to kind of think about too is like if you don't want to play something like the Turo, you can also play Jet Energy.
Yes.
And Jet Energy can also substitute for some of those like fighting energy and fire energies as well. Just because if you're in one of those instances where you get retreat locked, you get gusted or something like that, and you need to kind of find a way out. The Jet Energy kind of helps you get out of that, and as well as it puts another energy in the discard pile too. So yeah, definitely there. And then the Stretcher also, kind of like we were talking earlier, is really cool because of that line where you can Stretcher for the fighting energy, discard it, Lunar Cycle, draw 3 more. So
Yeah, I think that is absolutely fantastic. And sorry, I'm checking to see if our was the Fritz Obama Snow actually won, and
did it win?
this is going to be a shock to you guys.
Yeah.
It did not.
It did not win.
It did not win.
Yeah.
Floored, I know
Yeah.
you all are.
Very tough.
Phantom,
Yeah.
I actually think Klefki it could be sneaky good.
Yeah, Klefki
right
could
now.
be good, but also Klefki could be bad because if you play stuff like Solrock Lunatone, all of a sudden you shut down all of your own abilities.
That's true.
So that's something to kind of think about as well. Because
It's
like
definitely good to keep in
I was
mind.
like thinking about it too because I was like, dude, Klefki would be so good because like you turn off Fan Rotom, you turn off all this other stuff, but it's like I kind of need those abilities too.
And so it's actually something you could certainly consider in Dragapult, which we
Yeah.
can talk about. The issue is it turns off Latias.
Yeah, it turns
so
off Latias
you
too.
can't retreat it for free.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, I mean, there's some merit for playing those too.
100%. And so maybe Klefki makes more sense in something that has an Arven build where you have
Yeah.
more tools to retreat, something like that, and you're not reliant on the basic draw. Then that actually could be pretty scary. And Klefki's pretty good in Dragapult if you're facing a baby duck.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Psyduck is scary.
Yeah.
But do we have a game? We have a game, and we actually have exactly what we were talking about in Ceruledge. And Kevin on the team testing out the list.
Yeah,
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and then going against my guy Keon playing the Pulsar as well. So, super fun matchup that we're going to see here between the two of them. Just because typically the Ceruledge would take the good matchup into this, into the Ceruledge. I mean, into the Dragapult. But now the Zard kind of helps take out the Ceruledge.
It does. And
Yeah.
so we are going to see a Legacy Energied Soul Rock here, which is a move. Jolly, that is a really cool idea, and I absolutely agree. It sounds like it would be terrible, unfortunately, but I love trying the stuff out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So we'll see Kev. He plays the Carmine real early, has to take out some important cards, but gets 2 energy in the discard too, but we'll be able to kind of set up a little bit more here. Let's see what we end up putting down here.
Not a lot more, though,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we got Charcadet. Maybe we can get the Lunatone, maybe.
So we can't get the Lunatone, which is good, but unfortunately, we don't have any energy to draw with
Yeah.
it, nor do we have an out to squawk, and
Yeah.
that's not ideal.
Not ideal.
But I do
but,
think we need
yeah.
to play that gong. So Solrock has some
Yeah.
text on the attack, Brian. Do you know what that text is?
Like something with no resistance.
That is on there. It also says if you do not have Lunatone in play, this attack does nothing.
Oh, so we're gonna need it anyways, and we're gonna get item locked this next turn anyways.
Correct.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So that's going to be unfortunate here. I kind of want to go tell Kevin, but I'm
Yeah.
certainly not allowed to do that.
Yeah, we'll tell him some point tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and so we actually are seeing Arven Zard Pulse, and I mean, Jesper Erickson. I actually played Jesper in Pittsburgh playing Zard Pulse. I mean, this is a pretty good deck.
Yeah, definitely. And just because it's like, both
Nikita, I'll let him know.
Tell
And
him
Foxy,
he's-
thank you for
he's gonna
joining.
get text. Yeah, and it's one of those things where both stage 2s have their advantages and disadvantages, and one kind of helps with the other.
Yeah.
So that's why it's such a good deck because, like, there's going to be times where you're going to want to lean more into the Dragapult side. Sometimes you want to lean more into the Zard side. And I think this is one of those matchups where you're going to need a little bit of both. You're going to need the Dragapult a little earlier, and then the Zard's going to kind of close out the game for you.
And that makes sense because Zard is such a strong closer, and it's easily going to be able to get over the Ceruledge EX.
Yeah.
Whereas Pulse, you've got to do more even on top of a Phantom Dive and Phantom Dive damage placement.
Yeah, definitely.
So now I think Keon's just debating, do I Evo or do I Itchy Pollen here?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I feel like the Itchy Pollen is probably more optimal here, and I think that's what the route that we're going to go with here.
And we're actually going to do 20 damage, which is kind of funny because it is weak to grass.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I think Kev's realizing that he can't attack now.
Kev has pieced that together, unfortunately.
Yep. Tough. So let's see what we think we're doing here. So we can't play the Gong, unfortunately.
No, we can go into Ceruledge, though, if we want to take a knock, because I believe we just top deck Ceruledge. Are my eyes deceiving me?
Might be, but at least I kind of think I see a shiny looking card there.
Oh, we see a Briar. We see
it
looks like a Ceruledge.
It looks like a Ceruledge. But looks like we're not going to go into it here. We might be just attaching and passing here. Or I think we might retreat and just knock out with the Charcadet because the Budu takes.
So we would have to use the. Oh, we do just pass.
Yeah.
Well, that's not ideal for Kevin here.
Definitely isn't. So we're going to let Keon now get more set up here. So we're going to get a couple things here.
And so this is actually where I would have really liked to see not both Recon Direct or not both Dracloak come down at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you could have an opportunity to Rare Candy Dragapult Phantom Dive and just put yourself in a great position.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially hitting Arven Ultra Ball off of this because we essentially had the combo.
Yeah, we definitely did. But, I mean, we still could technically like Rare Candy into like Zard if we really wanted to, but I don't know how great of a play that would even be.
No, to be honest, I think at this point, just getting Charmeleon down is really, really good, along with, looks like, a couple other pieces here.
Yeah, so it looks like we might just Ultra Ball maybe the Buddy Pop in a way, and like the air, and maybe like in TM Evo just to get the Charmeleon into play, and then try to just Itchy Pollen again, or we're just playing the Buddy Pop in here anyways. And using the Ultra Ball still, so
and I think that's great.
Option. Yeah.
Boxy, thank you for joining. Absolutely. If anyone likes haunted houses, Nick does good stuff. And congratulations on getting married, by the way, dude. I think that happened recently, so congrats.
Super, super exciting. Marriage is a very exciting time. I know you can attest to that. So
I can. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like my wife.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, and so we do see the Charmeleon come down, and we're doing some work here.
Yeah, so this board is looking a lot better than Kevin's right now.
And I'm curious. Ooh, and we are not allowed to use that card either. Yeah, Kevin's got to be feeling like a bad spot here. And if we had gotten that Lunatone down, I wonder how different it would be.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it would just be so much like we would be in a so much better spot now because we would have probably taken at least 1 or 2 extra prizes.
Yeah, I agree. And now
it looks like we're just gonna go into the Ceruledge here
and just take a knockout, which I mean is fine because now we'll be able to play the game more. But
we're gonna lose the advantage of the legacy energy.
We are, and so here's the downside with the Ceruledge deck: if you don't have the Lunatone and you aren't able to squawk early, it's not super easy to sustain the energy discard throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're gonna be using all of your supporters to pretty much discard or gust.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have multiple Carmines and researches that you can kind of go throughout the game, but I feel like earlier in the game that you're able to do that is just much better.
I would agree. And so we now in Keon's hand, we got some cards. We're cooking here.
Yeah, definitely.
So we can put down the Fez and draw, which I think is a great choice.
Definitely.
Oh, we see the Dragapult.
Yep.
Dude, we're cruising, Brian.
Yeah, we definitely are. Air Balloon here is super nice, too. Another Dracloak. We're going to be able to draw some more cards. Luminous here is going to get us.
Still Lilies even after all this.
Definitely. We still have 6 prizes, too. So if we play the Lily, we're getting 8 cards in hand.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, that is pretty good. So we got some stuff we can kind of work with here.
I mean, if I'm Keon, I feel like I gotta get the Lily here.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
think so
second
too.
Luminous doesn't help.
It definitely doesn't, and I think that's kind of the route that we're going with here.
We do see the Lily
Yeah.
keep.
Yep. So we're gonna see the Dragapult come in. We're gonna see the Luminous come in. I wonder if we're gonna get something like the Counter Catcher potentially. See if we can take 2 prizes ish.
I don't even know if we need to though.
I
I
don't think
feel
we
like
need to
just
either.
Phantom diving and hitting the Charcadet is great
Yeah,
here.
definitely. There's definitely merit to that as well.
But
yeah, I feel like I would like to see the Lily come out here though.
to be honest though, now that I'm looking at Keon's hand, I actually like keeping it. We're
Yeah.
going to see 4 more cards next turn off the Recon Directives. We already have 2 Gusts in hand, and we have Lily to draw more if we need. I mean, that just seems good.
Yeah, and I mean, this just sets up the board for even better. So, I mean, if we do want to play the Lily next turn, we can get eight cards in hand, and then we can take the knockout afterwards. Because we're still going to be at 6 prizes no matter what.
100%. And now we see the draw from Kevin. Okay. So we're going to be able to draw some cards here.
Yes, and now we can get the the Lunatone.
Yes. And boy, would we have liked that a little earlier,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
here we are.
Yeah, it's okay. We're here now.
It's fine. It's all fine.
We're
It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like this deck is still in a good position as long as we're able to kind of get a lot of those energies kind of discarded here. But
so that's going to be the thing. If
Yeah.
Kevin's able to still win the game in 2 more knockouts, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because it is going to take a couple turns for Keon to clear things if Kevin's able to evolve up that Charcadet.
Definitely. So it looks like we're going to go for the Lunatone here. Let's see if we have any. Oh, yeah, we have. Okay, so we have some stuff we can kind of work with. We have the Earthen Vessel.
We do.
And we have Ultra Balls. So we're going to be able to get some more energies into the discard here.
And so I imagine we're just going to get a couple energy, save that Ultra Ball for another Ceruledge,
Yep.
and just try to draw into a Carmine or something similar.
Yeah, definitely. So we're definitely going to use that fighting for that. And then I'm thinking we use that fire energy for a potential next, discard piece.
Yes, exactly, because we do want to put in the discard pile. The advantage Kevin has here, too, is there's 2 lines. He can just try to take a single prize knockout to even out the prizes, or he can see if he can reach on that Pheasantipity and take a 2 prize knockout and then just try to take a 3 prize knockout with Briar if Keon lets him.
Yeah, definitely. That could definitely be a move here as well. So let's see where we end up. So I think we have Ultra Ball.
I think we have a couple Ultra Ball here, which is not quite what we're looking for.
Yeah, I got some Nest Balls as well. So it looks like we're going to play the Nest Ball first. And that could probably get us either a Charcadet or...
And I feel like it has to be a Charcadet because there's nothing really else. We can't draw with Pheasantipity right now. We certainly don't want to bench Squawk.
Yeah, definitely. So there's definitely not too many other things we need here.
Do we want to Gust and take a knockout here, Brian?
I think it's okay if we do. I mean, we could take the single prize knockout. We could take out something like the Charmeleon or a Dracloak. I feel like either one of those would be okay.
Hello, Tay. Thank you very much for joining. And I wouldn't mind that. So here's the issue: is that it opens up a bench spot for Hawlucha. And I think opening up a bench spot for Hawlucha is not ideal because it does allow Keon to take a 4 prize turn.
Yeah, so it looks like we're just going to grab the Ceruledge here just so we can protect this Charcadet that has a bunch of damage counters on it already.
And that's a big deal because now that 4 prize turn is not an option for Keon.
Definitely. So let's see where we end up going from here now. It looks like we might... I wonder if we're just going to end up going for that Gust on the single prizer or not.
Do you think that's correct?
I don't know, actually. Just because, I feel like it's not ideal to have to 2-shot something when you have a Pokemon that's, very used to one-shotting everything.
I would agree. And also, there are ways Keon could play around this.
Yeah.
So if we are going to Gust something, I think we may want to knock out Charmeleon, but we do just hit the active.
Yeah, which, I mean, 130 damage, it's okay.
I agree. It's okay.
We weren't able to reach for anything like the Fez. I feel like if we were able to reach for Fez, it would have been fine, but still kind of tough.
So I think Keon is debating here, do I Gust and try to just spread some more damage rather than knock this out? Or do I play Lilies? And I mean, Brian, if it were me, I would love to see the counter catcher, the Cerulege on the bench,
Yeah.
and then Lilies, and then use all your recon directives after that, because then you are setting up for a sweep of the board.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of merit into doing that. But looks like we might just start setting up this next Dragapult here.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, which is definitely good here. And I think Kian might be eyeing the boss here potentially.
And so with the counter catcher in hand, or we do have a counter catcher in hand, right?
Yeah, but looks like we're playing boss here instead.
Why do you think that is? Are we just
Yeah.
missing it? No, there's counter catcher.
Yeah.
Do we not think we're winning?
Maybe. Yeah, it's interesting.
So I do like this, though, because now we can gust a single prizer, Halucha, take a 5-prize turn,
Yeah.
or a 6-prize turn even, and just absolutely run Kevin off the board.
Yeah, definitely. And this kind of forces Kev to like to think about something like playing Turo.
Yes, which is scary because I think Kevin really needs to draw cards.
Yeah, he definitely needs to draw cards. He definitely would like to, but kind of in a position to where he kind of needs. Ooh,
That's such a big grab.
Yeah, Gong is really good here just because now we're going to get another energy. We're going to draw more cards here.
And that's what Kevin needs. Kevin really, really needs to fill that discard pile because we are still only doing 130 damage. And
Yeah.
Brian, I'm not an engineer anymore, but
Yes.
130 plus 130 does not equal 320.
No, it does not.
So we need a whole lot more in the discard to make this happen.
Yes, we definitely do. So let's see what we're going to end up grabbing off of this draw from the Lunatone here. And we definitely need a lot of stuff here.
And we're going to hope to hit it. So we do see the 3 cards come
Yep.
down from the Lunatone. And then we need a Carmine. We need not another Gust.
Yeah.
We need...
Ooh, I mean, we have Ultra Ball that'll get us to 8 energies.
We do. We can also
Yeah.
jet and then retreat to get that Cerulege in
Yeah.
the active to attack. But this is not looking great for
Yeah,
Kevin.
it's not.
All right, and so for those watching at home, I know we make the joke, read the word I'm not allowed to say card. It actually is, especially going into a new format like this, really, really important to be as familiar with your deck as humanly possible.
Yes.
Because I don't know if this is the mistake per se that may happen for you, but if you do whiff a line, an out, a knockout because you didn't know everything about the deck you're playing, man, this could cost you a round at a regional.
Yeah, it definitely can. Especially once you get towards the end of the day when, you know, you're a little bit more fatigued. It can get a little tougher.
So, interesting, we're going into the Cerulege.
I think we're trying to just move everything here. There's a lot of
Yes.
dice kind of around. So we're going to move this Cerulege into the active here.
And so this is one thing I want to note. I think if Kevin had gone in and like bumped it up, or excuse me, attached the jet to something like the Soul Rock and then retreated it, we could boost our damage effectively here.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, we did not do that.
Yeah.
And so I think we're only going to hit for 150 here.
Something like that. So it's like, yeah, I think it's 150 because it's what? 20 for each energy?
Plus 30.
Plus 30 base. Yeah, it might just be that again. And all of a sudden, Keon's going to be in a really good position here to just wipe Kevin's board.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we were in a bad position before, but now
Yeah.
we're in a really good position.
Definitely. So counter catcher. I think that's why we keep the catcher potentially.
Well, and for sure. But we
Yeah.
could also boss.
Yeah.
And then now we are going to take a 5-prize knockout. And we can actually play that Lily for 8 now.
Yeah.
And Fizzle, that is the politest way to say what's happening in this
Yeah.
game right now.
So-
Yes. We are absolutely cooked for
Oh,
Kevin.
yeah, definitely.
And by absolutely, I mean, I don't actually know how Kevin does more than 70 damage next turn.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, Keon doesn't even need a Charizard to close out the game. All Keon would need is literally a Luminous Energy to knock out this Soul Rock.
Yeah, definitely. So we got a lot of stuff to kind of work with here. 8. Oh, man, to add insult to injury, it's just like some solid cards in the hand here as well.
And that literally will all but seal up the game.
Yeah, we still have recon directives
We
too.
do. We have 2 Recon Directives
Yeah.
available. And we see the Recon Directive. Sure. Just
Yep.
another Gust if we need. And we have Charizard in hand too. So, I mean, I don't know if there's a way Keon loses.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, he could fall over and pass for a few turns,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Definitely. But seems like we're in a really good position here to kind of just close out. And Connor, hello, hello.
Boonster, I
Yeah.
think it's Boonster. Excellent to
Yeah.
have you here. Yeah, Connor, we are cooking over here with
Yeah.
Dragapult. And honestly, this makes my little Dragapult heart so happy to see because we are seeing a complete board wipe, and we should put all 4 of those on the Lunatone so Dragon Headbutt could close this out.
Yeah. Looks like that was what we might be doing here.
And honestly, though, to be clear, they could go anywhere.
Yeah. Looks like that's probably where we're putting it. Yep. Oh, I guess we're putting 1 on each, potentially.
Oh, which is fine. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
And that's totally fine.
That's fine.
Still enables the knockout on both.
Yep.
5 prizes,
5 prizes.
for Keon.
Wow.
And Kevin will draw and say, where do we go from here?
Yep. And that's one of the things, too, is that, the Saraledge deck kind of identifies as like old Raging Bolt in a way where it's like it wasn't really playing any disruption or anything like that. So you can kind of feel safe knowing that you're going to keep your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so one of the downsides of these aggro decks is we even saw to Lilies. Yes, with Rare Candy, Lilies is so good.
Yeah, so good.
And so, Mr. Blanks, we're going to come to that when we talk about my list. But I think that's one of the issues with these aggro decks is if you start running your opponent over, it's very hard to respond. But if you slip at all, it's so hard to come back without the use of something like Briar.
Definitely. So we're kind of seeing it here right now to where like we got nothing here. We got no real attackers here. We barely have any draw, no energy in the discard pile.
We do have an Iono in deck for Kevin, which could be helpful.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be enough.
Definitely.
All right, so then what?
Yeah,
Yeah, Kevin just scoops it up saying that
Yeah.
there's no shot I'm going to be able to disrupt. So, man. And Dragapult dominates. But we're going to go to our second game, which is Gold Dango versus... can you say it for me, Kevin?
Is that Copper Raja?
It is Copper Raja EX on stream, and this is fantastic.
Yeah.
And Copper Raja is holding its own against Gold Dango here.
Yeah, seems to. So, I mean, that's kind of like what we were talking about. The Dango Rocks was going to be a super popular play, and we're already seeing it here on the stream as well. So we're going to be seeing some draw coming in here, good sequencing. So we're going to see the coin bonus retreat into another coin bonus, and then probably see a big knockout come here onto this Copper Raja EX.
So I do like the sequencing. One thing I would know for sequencing, do not do energy attachments or anything else like that until you know that is exactly where you're attaching.
Yep.
Now, does it matter most of the time? No. But there is going to be a time it's a problem.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's definitely going to be a time. So we're going to see a bunch of energy come onto the hand here.
We do get to get 4, and I think Wesley's just deciding which one.
Yeah, and I think Wesley's just trying to make sure, too, that we have enough energy to take the full knockout as well.
And with Copper Raja, it has 300 HP. It has an ability that says you take 30 less damage from attacks.
Yep. Ooh, we're going for the boss onto the Genesect.
Yeah, however, none of that matters if you just hit a Genesect for 4 energy and knock it out.
Exactly.
We do see the draw.
Yep. And it looks like we're just going to go 4 energy knockout here. Or we probably don't even need 4 energy.
We do need
3.
4 because we have
4.
220 HP. So
if we had Vitality Band, we'd only need 3.
I'm saying. So this is another one where I think sequencing is tough because we played that supporter before drawing with the second Gold Dango, and now Alec just needs a way to Iono his opponent, and we're okay. But we do not have that way. And
yes, Connor, that's very smart.
So for those in Twitch who can't see it, Connor is saying draw all of your cards before making permanent decisions 100%. Make every decision you can with the most information available to you at all times. And right now the decision Alec is making is, do I scoop now or do I scoop later?
Yep.
Because this one seems to be about over.
Yeah, definitely. It's not looking too good here for Alec.
No, and so the question is going to be, does he play anything like Full Metal, like the Metal Defender? Do we have anything else tricky up our sleeves?
Yeah, it's not looking like it right now.
No. To be honest, finding a Dark Energy could be a big deal because it may not be guaranteed that Wesley has the Gust, even though we know Wesley has the Gust.
Yeah.
All right, so then what are we seeing here, Brian?
Yeah, so I think we're just trying to figure out what kind of outs we can kind of play to.
What else can we play to, Brian?
It's not looking like we have many, but I respect Alex's ability to kind of, and his, his decision to kind of think about what he can actually do here.
I would agree. And I do think we're going to have to see the lilies here, unless there is something he could get from Arvin.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that can really go anywhere.
Yeah, I think if we're playing that, it kind of shows that we're going for the lily angle here, because we don't want to draw back into the TM.
Yes. And so, luckily, we will see the knockout on this Goldengo. Unluckily, we're going to put a ton of energy or damage on our board, and so it's going to come down to Wesley having energy in hand and some kind of gust.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to see the lily come in here.
We'll see what Alec draws.
Yeah, looks okay.
So we do have an earthen vessel.
Yeah,
we have a heavy baton. That's so sick. So we'll be able to clear a little Monkey Dory damage off the board.
Yeah, definitely. So looks like we're going to play the vessel so we can search out that dark.
Actually, we're going to be able to clear 60 damage from the board. Does that make a difference here?
I don't know, actually. I mean, we only need one prize left.
I think we're actually, if we've been able to monkey last turn, ooh, we are actually pretty close to that 3-prize swing here.
Definitely.
All right, so we see the attachment. We'll see the E-switch and the damage move first. So where is this going, Brian?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it's going. So maybe 3 damage counters going to go on to... Looks like we're going to put it on the Soul Rock.
And I think that's right. Either the Soul Rock or the Lunatone is where we want it.
Or probably the Dengo. Okay, that's okay, I guess.
I don't think it is, but it's fine.
Okay.
I think the ship may have sailed here regardless.
Yeah.
All right, so then what is there a line for Alec here?
I don't. I mean, I feel kind of defeated about this now. Yeah, it's not looking too good.
I do think we have to take this damage off the active.
Yeah.
Or
we could just not listen to Dan.
We never listen to Dan, Brian. But now we will be able to Kaparaja knockout, and it's going to come down to Wesley having Energy Gust.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be drawing a decent amount here, I believe.
We are, and to be honest, I think we already have it in hand.
Yeah.
So the one issue, and the reason I say it should come off the active, is if you remove it from Kaparaja, if Wesley does not have the Gust, you may be in a better position as Alec.
Yeah.
And does Wesley know he has game on board?
Yeah, I wonder if he does. I mean, that's going to get us our energy to attack. We're going to attach. We have Gust.
Yeah, I mean, that should seal it up as long as Wesley sees it. Yep. And we'll see the Gust, and we'll see the knockout. And to be honest, we also could have just used the Soul Rock, and that would have been fine too.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways we can kind of gone around it, but that's
Wesley thinking about dinner. Probably.
I mean, that's one of the things that makes this deck so strong. Is like we get down to one prize, and all of a sudden we have all these options. We can Gust with Goldengo, we can Gust with Soul Rock. We have a lot of options for what we're able to attack with, which is huge.
Agreed. And we also have single prize draw available on the board.
Yeah.
So you're able to go into your one Goldengo and have a single prizer that's probably not going to get targeted down to still help you see 3 more cards.
Exactly. And it's like better. It feels so much better than having to play that baby Goldengo too, because that baby Goldengo's like damage amplifier only lasts for the turn that it gets put into play.
Yes.
But the Soul Rock, even though the damage is like a little less, it's going to be there for the entire game. As long as you have Lunatone in play as well.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So then, Brian, we actually saw Dragon Ball Charizard there, but this is probably a good time to talk about Dragon Ball Dusknoir.
Let's talk about your deck.
So, Bryce, can you pull up my deck, please? And so I need to state, am I very happy I made day 2? Absolutely. I'm super hyped to make day 2. I'm now actually making day 2s far more often than I'm not, so I'm very proud of that. Now, we're all going to forget everything that happened in day 2 of this tournament because it was horrendous.
Yeah.
But, Brian, roast my list. What are your thoughts on this list?
I like your list.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Actually.
I mean, we were talking about it. I mean, we played a lot of games together.
Yes.
And we kind of came to the conclusion that Maractus is a really good card.
Maractus is a very good card.
Yeah,
and I will say, for anyone going to Milwaukee, be prepared for Retreat Lock, because it is a thing.
Because not only do we have the Maractus now, we have the Yveltal that does the exact same thing.
Yes.
Except it doesn't have the Exploding Needles ability, which kind of sucks, but, I mean, the retreat lock is more important.
And also, Yveltal having free retreat is a big deal.
Oh, that's even better. I didn't even know about that.
It is not a big deal for this list because the
Yeah.
colorless attack cost is way better.
Yeah.
And O'Connor, we're going to get there. And Fizzle, yes, this is not
Yes.
actually the most exciting list.
Yeah.
But Brian, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, 3 rare candy. That's a very Dan thing in my opinion.
It is a very Dan thing.
Because
yes.
I know you really like being able to just go straight into the Dragapult, straight into the Dusknoir, and be able to just blow up the board.
Yes.
You know, very standard supporter count. I know you're trying to find ways to kind of cut down the amount of energy that you had to play, but also wanting energy to play as well. You know, pretty standard list, but seems very effective for your play style. And I think that's what's important here, is that if you're going to be net decking a list, kind of tweak it to what your play style is and the kind of lines that you want to be able to do.
So, and I think I have 2 thoughts on that. One, you'll hear top players say that play style is a lie.
Yeah.
I think that's actually true. I do think that there's no true like play style. There is an optimal play and an optimal list in every format, an optimal deck to play. Now, that is true for Tord, it is true for Azul, and probably 20 to 30 other people.
Yeah.
For Dan, there certainly are decks that fit my style more, but I would say I think it matters because your brain works in certain ways. I'm an engineer, now I talk about feelings. My brain is very weird compared to a lot of people's. But for me, something like this makes sense. So when I don't have 1,000 games into it, when I don't have all the time to prep, when I haven't had time to scope the whole meta, picking a deck where I'm more likely to make the optimal decision with fewer reps is a very, very good thing to do. And so, Brian, to your point about playstyle, I think that's what I kind of hear you say is pick the thing you're going to instinctively play best with.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like when it comes to playstyle, I think it kind of identifies more with the archetype that you pick. Because I guess if you want to have a more aggressive playstyle, you'll kind of think of something like Joltickle Dango, Miraidon, something like that, or Raging Bolt, compared to something like Dragapult or like Charizard, which are a little slower.
Yeah.
And more, or Gardevoir are a little slower and kind of more methodical.
Absolutely. And I will say for something like this, for me, I think and Connor's saying like.
Yeah, and Connor, I definitely agree. I think you probably explained it a lot better.
Yeah, so deck preference over play style, because really it's what's the type style of deck you're going to play, which, Brian, is pretty much what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And so just to talk about this list specifically, because, hey, let's talk about thought process into the tournament. So night before the tournament, was talking about this, and I had been trying the rare candies, and Brian, like you said, rare candies are so good in Dragapult, and I cannot possibly oversell how good they are. But when trying to figure out the balance between tool disruption, other stuff, and rare candies, the route I went was I'm going to pick, and this is a very Dan thing to do, I get to play the game cards.
Yes.
And rare candy, more energy, more basics, evolutions, those are all play the game cards. And I will tell you all very clearly, I did not play the game half the time, and it was horrible. And it was brutal. And Brian, you know, I'm not one to blame pricing.
Yeah.
Like, I will absolutely take accountability. I will 100% blame my draws and pricing for a lot of what happened. So day 1, I will say it was bad. Day 2, it was worse, and my opponents just hit it.
Yeah.
But I will say the big miss on my end with this deck is I picked no tool disruption. And that was a bad decision.
Yep.
I will own it because holy, are there some important tools in the format right now, Brian?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Air Balloon.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like some of the other crazy.
I hit a Pulsar playing Max Belt.
Oh, Max Belt. Yeah, Max
That's a problem.
Yeah, Max Belt could definitely be problematic.
I hit Conkeldurr playing frickin' Poison Mochi or whatever it is.
Oh, the Binding Mochi.
That's a problem.
Yeah, TM Evo.
Gardevoir is playing 3 Bravery Charms.
Oh, Bravery Charm.
That's a problem.
Yeah, definitely. So there's definitely a lot of things you kind of have to worry about for the tool side. So
yes.
Yeah.
And also no stadium bounce with that. And I think stadium, I was a little less punished by the no stadiums, but it is also problematic.
Yeah, I think
at
you were
times.
one neutralization zone from losing your mind that weekend.
Basically, we were pretty close.
Yeah.
I try not to drop from regionals, but I did drop before the last round on Sunday, so I could cube a little bit.
Yeah.
And I will say, to just whine a little bit, in that round, I had turn 1, Hilda, Candy, Dragapult, knockout 2 Gimme Ghouls, and I prized Neo Uppy.
Oh.
So you know what? That's not great. Mr. Blanks, how did you finish in the tournament, saying that it would have messed you up round 11? Because I will tell you, I actually think going into this format, Tool Scrapper is such a good fit into this deck.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like that's why people were kind of going the route of Tool Scrapper instead of like Jamming Tower. Is just
Yeah.
because like if you were to go like with like an Arvin engine, you can search it out a lot easier.
100%. And I actually will say one of the big arguments against playing the Tool Scrapper or like one jamming tower here is because you're playing research.
Yeah.
So if you see it turn 1, it just gets burned to the ground. It's a
Yeah.
dead card. But now, if you're playing 4 lilies, something like Tool Scrapper is something you can save throughout the entirety of the game for whenever you want it because you don't discard stuff unless you want to or need to.
Yeah, definitely.
So then, Brian, are there changes you would make to this list going into Milwaukee?
Yeah, I would I mean, kind of like what you're talking about. I think you pick either Jamming Tower or Tool Scrapper. Try to put one of those in there. As much as I like the rare candy, I'd probably just go down to 2 rare candy to make space in that way. I think the Pokemon line's okay. Yeah, I think that's really like the main change I would kind of do. If I could find a space for a 4th Night Stretcher or like a 3rd boss, I feel like I would like that.
I would not argue. I think those are both
Yeah.
great inclusions.
Yeah, so those are definitely some things to kind of think about. Yeah.
I do think 2 candy's probably fine. I know
Yeah.
Tord played 6 energy, and for me, there are so many games that you can't use Hilda to go get Neo Upper or something.
Yeah.
So finding energy raw is a big deal. And so I would agree. I think changing the research to lilies. Oh, Mr. Blanks,
Yeah.
752, that's still fine.
Yeah.
And you absolutely had a better record than me. So well done.
Yeah.
But I would say, and congrats on day 2, by the way. But for this list, I think the 4 lilies is huge. I do think I'm going to add in a Tool Scrapper, likely at the expense of a rare candy, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I do actually think I don't care as much about the 3rd Duskull either, so that may come in for a jamming tower.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
definitely. Yeah. I mean, as much as 3 Duskull sounds nice on paper, I feel like the bench space could definitely be used for stuff like, Badoo, Maractus, Latias. Like if you end up drawing into like starting Fez or Bear or something like that, and you need the extra space, so that's something to kind of think about as well.
So the other thing we may talk about is I may also go to 2 Halucha.
2 Halucha.
But we're going to talk about why after this game
2
because
Halucha,
there's
wild.
a scary card that just got released for Dragapult. But we're actually going to see a Gardevoir EX mirror match right now.
Guardy Mirror.
And this is what you would consider awkward on both ends for these hands.
Yeah, I'm definitely of the opinion. I really like Fluttermane and Gardevoir. I really like Fluttermane just because you're able to. It's such a big part of like the mirror, and being able to kind of just use it to spread damage counters. You could take so many multi-prize knockouts just because of Fluttermane. I really like Fluttermane a lot.
Ooh, Jolly, Acerola's Mischief is very interesting.
Yeah.
So it's tough because it has to be 2 prizes exactly, and you pick 1 Pokemon. So that could be done, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Christian's hand is crazy.
I did not see the secret box, but Christian's hand is indeed crazy.
He's got a crazy hand. Yeah.
And Lane's going to pass it over.
Ooh, so let's see what we end up going with here. We got to flood this hand with some energies and discard all of them with secret box.
I mean, if I'm Christian, I'm absolutely using research here, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
I mean, if we're going to attach pass here, we are definitely not playing Iono.
No, 100%.
Yeah. So it looks like we're just gonna kind of go with a play that we can look for. See if we can get something going here with the Gardevoir.
I mean, honestly, Christian going TM Evo here is so good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we can secret box for Stadium, Nest Ball, TM Evo, Research.
Yeah.
We're gonna get 2 Ralts out, or we could even just get Ralts and a Screamtail down. Attach the charm to the Screamtail and say, hey.
I feel like we don't even need to play the research here because I feel like if in any instance that I have a hand like this and I play the research, I draw into one of the Curlias.
Well, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's very reasonable. Okay, so we are just going to see the 2 Ralts. I mean, to be honest, we could just still research, but I think you're right, Brian.
Yeah, so we're going to just go straight into the double Curlia here.
And you hear Lane, or we at least hear Lane exclaiming 90 because we do not have the 100 HP Curlias in here.
Yeah, and those are going to be huge going into the next format just because they just decided to give Gardevoir really good Ralts and Curlias.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, so we do see the Iono
Yeah.
from Lane. But yeah, we now have a Ralts with Collect. We have
Yeah.
Curlias with 100 HP, which messes up a ton of math.
Yeah.
But I feel like Christian's still probably in a good spot here.
Yeah, he definitely is. We have Lily, so Lily could potentially draw us into something like the Gardevoir EX. And now that we have, Artisan in play and stuff like that, we can start putting more emphasis on getting Monkey Dory set up as well.
Yes, and Ivan, yes, this is best of one. We're doing locals here, so it's 4 rounds, best of one.
Yep.
When we have challenges, it's the same, but for top cuts, and then if we do our league invitational, we'll typically have the later rounds be best of 3 for those.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing to kind of consider too is that the Artisan can actually grab Screamtail here too. And Screamtail, as many people have said, is the best card in Gardevoir. So one thing to kind of think about as well.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
And we do see the Artisan for Ralts. We can Monkey. Do we want to Mind Bend?
I don't think we do. I mean, honestly, it's not too bad because, I mean, we put 60 damage on here, and as long as we don't have Monkey Dory or anything like that, we could Monkey Dory ourselves into it. Oh, and wow, we just have the Screamtail here.
Well, and we also have Lilies in hand,
Yeah,
and that
Lilies here
Lilies is
too.
so good.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the Monkey Dory out here as well. Probably play the Nest Ball to grab another one potentially. I don't know. I think Christian, you kind of want to keep this here until we know what we want to do.
So
It's
I
like
think
what Connor
Christian,
said. It's like what Connor said. Draw all the cards before you make permanent decisions.
yes. But I think I recognize that
yeah.
decision. We had the stretcher in hand.
Yeah.
I still don't agree with it.
I
That
don't-
can't
yeah.
possibly be correct, but I
Yeah.
understand the reasoning.
Yeah, I understand the reasoning too, but I feel like there was a better way to go about it.
Ivan, thank you for joining us
Yes.
from Coachella, California.
Yeah,
Awesome to have you
super,
here.
Super cool.
We are in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, so we're a couple miles northwest of Chicago.
Yes. I'd say a little bit more than a couple, but
Well, all right, yeah,
yeah.
maybe like 20
Yeah.
miles northwest of
Yeah.
Chicago. But I live in the city, so I drive
Yeah.
up here for whenever we have our locals like this.
Yeah.
All right, so then, Brian, why was that wrong to use a Night Stretcher?
Yeah, just because I mean, all of it just to get like an energy onto like a Monkey Dory, when like you could have just kept the Flutter Mane here, prevented Adrenaline Brain, and all of that stuff. And it's like if you don't even draw into the Gardevoir, it's like it feels like a very pointless play. But I mean, we just draw into it anyway, so we're
True.
okay.
But we also found the dark.
Yeah.
So now we spent a Night Stretcher for no value.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
We
we're
never
going to
got
murder
punished.
this Ralts.
Yeah, we never got punished for it, which
No.
at the end of the day, which is like, fine, but there's definitely like instances where you will get punished for it and you won't be
Yes.
able to draw into what you need. And all of a sudden your best attacker is just stuck in the active and can get knocked out at any point.
And so this is why I will tell y'all all the time to be process-oriented, not results-oriented.
Yes.
You can play horribly and still win. You can play fantastically and still lose, but the only thing you control is how you play.
Yes. And your attitude about it too.
Well, yeah, that's true,
yeah.
I guess. All right, so we are going to see the Screamtail knockout. Lane, in her anger, has
Yes.
flung her Ralts to the ground.
Yes.
That's not great for her.
Yes. So we're going to see the research here now, and I think we have to play the research here. Either
I
that
would
or
agree.
we maybe grab something off the Artisan and then play the research. I think either one's okay.
Is there... I don't think we want to counter catch it too, because I think we want to knock out the Screamtail with
Yeah.
Monkey Dory.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's just too many energy into discard to where you're going to want to put something else into the active.
Yes.
I mean, if there was like 1 or 2 energy in the discard only and we aren't able to retreat, sure, we can gust Gardevoir up, keep that in the active, but it seems like it's like we're not really in a position to where we need to right now.
Agreed. And also, we've already seen Christian burn a Night Stretcher.
Yeah.
Guardian typically play 2 Night Stretcher
Yeah,
and a
2
Rod.
Night Stretcher. Yeah, 2 Night Stretchers and a Rod.
And so if we've already used a third, essentially, of our recovery, by knocking out the Screamtail, late disruption could prevent Christian from being able to access
Yeah.
it again.
Definitely.
And
And
so
one thing to kind of think about on Lane's side as well is that the Monkey Dory is going to be able to take this knockout onto the Screamtail.
yes, and I think that's big because, like we said, it applies pressure. It limits the opportunities for Christian to keep using it.
Yeah.
But if we did draw on the TM Evo, I'd say there's a fair argument for evolving up into 2 Curlia.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there definitely could be. And another thing to think about too, from Christian's point of view now, is that if he wants to use the Screamtail, which a lot of people say the best attacker in this deck, he's gonna have to waste another one of those resource cards.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Ivan, I don't know if we actually have anyone playing it, but Brian, lovely co-caster here, actually has pulled up a good list for us to talk about, so we can
Yeah.
talk about that after this
Yeah,
game.
definitely. I knew that there's a lot of people that like Terrabox in the chat the last few weeks, so I wanted to pull one that did well at one of the either I think it was a Champions League or it was the City League. So I wanted to show that a lot of people still play Terrabox in Japan. So going into next format, it's still something that you can kind of consider.
To be fair, a lot of the team like playing Terrabox too,
Yes,
so we're all very biased in this matter.
Very, very true. Yeah, so we see the Gardevoir EX in the active here now. Another attachment onto Monkey Dory here. We got double Guardy now, which is kind of crazy to think about. And now we are probably going to see maybe a Miracle Force here, or we're just going to go into...
This is actually exactly what I would want to see.
Yeah, and this is exactly why I like Fluttermane so much, is because being able to just double Monkey all the damage off of the Fluttermane.
Yeah.
Because you have to put 3 energy onto it, and being able to take all of it off is just so effective.
Well, and now the cool thing too is Lane cannot. No, you can't play your own Artisan. It's okay.
Yeah.
Christian's got her.
Oh yeah.
But Lane cannot use Adrenabrain right now.
Yeah, definitely. Just because. Yeah, that's another thing too. And in the mirror match specifically, I always liked Fluttermane too, because when it comes to mirror match, Gardevoir EX is typically seen as one of the better attackers in the deck as well, just because you kind of just like swing with Miracle Force, take out a single prizer, or swing with Miracle Force into EX, and then turbo it up, and then do it again. So it was one of those things where you can block the Psychic Embrace by putting the Fluttermane in the active.
Which is pretty good.
That is pretty good, yeah.
Pez, I want to say it's she. I've just learned that letter in katakana, so I'm working on it. I would also love to see Palafin EX. I don't know.
I don't think anyone plays Palafin EX.
Yeah. I think it's a fun one to try out with the new stadium, though.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Ivan, Mega Kang is pretty good. I literally just pulled the alt art rare of it.
Yeah.
And immediately sold it because homie's got a formula to pay for it.
I know it's funny too because I played against Kevin not too long ago. We were just testing out some matchups and stuff like that. I was testing out Raging Bull. He was testing out Terrabox with Kangaskhan. I take the 3-prizer, and then taking out 3-prizer is pretty cool. But when you have stuff like Mega Mawile,
it's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. And we just saw Lane use Mind Bend to knock out our friend there, the Fluttermane.
Yes.
Is her hand that bad?
Don't know, but good sequencing to be able to just use that bottom Monkey Dory to move the damage out of the active to be able to knock out. And Bryce, I think our chat went away.
Yes.
I don't know.
I do not know. Just asked for our login, and I don't have a login. I don't know if like a window popped up or something.
Could be.
Regardless, we'll definitely talk to you all momentarily.
Yes.
But so for Christian, Christian's got to feel like he's in such a good spot here.
Oh, absolutely. When you're in a position to where your opponent isn't able to Psychic Embrace, it's definitely something important to think about.
So here's my question. Why, unless we have Gust in hand, why go with that another monkey? Why not go for Screamtail to burn to the Ralts?
Yeah, do we have the recovery card for it? Oh, yeah, we have Night Stretcher.
I guess we don't even need it because we will be able to double monkey to knock out the Ralts.
Yeah.
But still, but we're getting rid of the Night Stretcher.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't know. I feel like you want the Night Stretcher.
Awesome. Thank you, Bryce.
Thank you, Bryce. I think you just got to bring it a little bit towards us on the right. No, like I guess, are you able to compress the window a little bit? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Awesome. Can you scroll down to the newest one?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right, Bryce has our backs.
Yes.
But all right, so we see Christian. That's a big old hand.
Yes, it's a lot of Ionos.
But to be honest, all you really need to do is retreat this guy, put 6 damage on the bench Ralts, and then knock out the active one, and we're fine.
Definitely. So it looks like we're going to double monkey, knock out.
Take a prize.
Yep. And then knock out again. And all of a sudden, all we have is a Monkey Dory to work with here.
And that's not great for Lane.
Yep, not great.
Yeah, Lane's hand is not great. So we did have a Mew in there, so maybe there would have been an opportunity to thin down the hand. But it looks like we declined to take that.
It just seems like an unfortunate kind of draw here for Lane.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what she can do to come back in this game.
I know. Very tough. So we see the dark energy come down here. Maybe is this the artisan? Oh no, we're shuffling up the deck here. And I mean, at this point here, Christian's looking like he can clear out the rest of the board here relatively soon.
I think this game is essentially over.
Yeah.
All that's left is for the rest of the prizes to go away.
Yeah.
So we'll see if there's a way for Christian to possibly lose this, but I don't know if there is one.
Yeah, it's not looking like it. So we'll see what we're able to do here.
I guess I say that it is possible for Lane to gust up that Pheasantipity with an Iono and have Christian get stuck for a few turns, but Christian would still be able to apply damage and apply pressure with Monkey Dory.
Yeah.
All right, and so then, did we already get all of our Ralts knocked out?
I definitely think so.
Well, I mean, all like 3 that were in deck.
I want to say yes. Yeah, because I don't think they've been recovered at all.
I don't think so, and there is a super rod there. Yeah, we're down 3.
We're down 3.
So then, here's the only other thing I would say is I would have liked Lane to not use that Artisan prior to this Iono.
Yeah.
Because she desperately needs to find those Ralts.
Definitely.
All right, so then, Brian, what else is Lane doing here this turn?
Yeah, so I think we just got to find a way to get Ralts on the board. I mean, that's the whole like heart of the engine here. So being able to just get Ralts down is like the most important thing. But based off the hand that I saw, I don't think we were able to.
So we have a Pheasantipity in hand.
Hopefully the Fez can draw us into it. Yeah.
Well, and so that's the issue, is we have Fez in hand. We're going to see 3 cards, and we are praying that one of those cards is a Ralts or a Nest Ball.
Yeah.
And we see an Energy. A Devo.
Oh, Ultra Ball. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's a start.
It is. It is. It's not great, but it is a start.
Yeah, it's a start at the end of the day. So let's see what we're doing here. It looks like we're just going to Ultra Ball.
To be honest, you probably just get rid of the Energy and the Devo since we already attached to Monkey.
Yeah.
And so we do have a Lily in hand for next turn, so we're gaming.
Yeah, we definitely are gaming. So we're seeing this Ultra Ball come down here. Waiting for the Ralts to come down as well. So we're going to put that straight onto the bench. And then shuffle up here. We might just pass it over soon here. And then Christian has a way to get Screamtail back if his bench wasn't full.
So I have bad news for everyone who really wanted to see Abomasnow. Abomasnow is 0-2 right now.
Tough.
So
I don't think we're going to see the Abomasnow
I don't think we're going to see the Abomasnow. But we do see the one, and you're right, Brian. We don't have an out to Screamtail right now because of the full bench, but what we do need to see is a Dark Energy.
Yeah. Ooh, and it seems like a very aggressive research here.
I don't know why we didn't Super Rod in Screamtail or something. Oh, well, okay. So we see the 3rd Monkey, and that's going to about end it because we're going to be able to Monkey knock out that, Monkey Dory knock out that Ralts, put all the damage on it, and then knock out that Monkey Dory. And so Bryce wisely has moved us to our next game where we have Gardevoir versus Wesley again playing Goldango. And Brian, this is not a good matchup for Gardy, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, Goldango historically has had a pretty decent matchup into Gardevoir just because Gardevoir doesn't have many ways to knock out Goldango, while Goldango has a million ways to knock out Gardy.
That is very true.
I've definitely had to learn that the hard way, playing this matchup all the time at Milwaukee earlier in the year. Just because, I mean, you're just so limited. If you play Drifloon Charm kind of gets you there. Otherwise, you need like triple Monkey into like Miracle Force to take a one-shot, or you got to kind of just set up the Monkey throughout the game. It's just very tough. Screamtail with Charm can kind of get you there too sometimes, but it's definitely very reliant on Monkey Dory. So, looking at the side of Elias here, looks like we have an Ultra Ball to get some more energy into the discard here. And we can get another attacker here, potentially. So it looks like we're eyeing the Mew here for potentially more draw. I think this is the Jelly version, too. I do see a Frillish here on Elias's side here. So it looks like we're going to grab the Screamtail off the Artisan. We're going to be able to draw a little bit more. And then looks like we might try to Screamtail here for 2 more prizes.
And I mean, I think that's good. Especially, did you say we have a Charm in hand?
No Charm.
Okay.
Charm, at the moment. I mean, we're going to be drawing 2 more cards.
Okay.
with the restart ability from the Mew. So
And I
let's
believe we
see.
have a research in hand.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we probably want to use our research or an Iono instead of research, but
Yeah.
and with 3 prizes remaining, we're still in an okay spot.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to restart. We're going to draw 1 card here. It's going to be
That's
Iono.
a good draw.
That is a good card.
All right, so now with that Iono, there is an opportunity for Elias to either snipe to win the game or set up a win and just put himself in a great position because we'll be able to Fez now too.
Yeah.
We have Night Stretcher. Okay.
Fez. You're going to get us 3 more cards here. Okay. We're kind of working through it here.
We are.
So we got 2 monkeys. We got Gardevoir. Let's go put some energy on here.
We got plenty of energy to put on there too.
Definitely do. So we're going to go to 4 here. We're going to retreat into the Screamtail. And without Charm, our max damage count is 160, but we can also put 4 more damage elsewhere to get to 200.
Yes. And so where do we think we're putting this damage?
I mean, if we had the means to do it, I would say we're putting it on Fez.
I don't disagree. I don't think we actually want to take a knockout here, though. I think we want to set up for a board wipe.
I think we're putting 6 here.
Oh, are we going to go for the knockout? Okay.
We're going for the Fez knockout here.
I mean, we go down to 1 prize. Now, just a Screamtail attack wins the game for Elias.
Yeah.
And Wesley needs to gust in order to win the game.
Yeah, and I mean, Wesley's got a lot of draw to work with here, so he's kind of sequencing it out here, trying to get some more energy to work with, trying to manipulate the deck a little bit more so he can try to draw into one of those boss's orders there.
And 2 at the bottom off of that Iono, definitely good to shuffle the deck a bit.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing is if there were 2 bosses at the bottom Wesley wanted to see, I would have loved to see that Artisan prior to the initial draw with Goldango.
Yeah, could be.
Yep, because we have used the first one.
Yeah, we have.
All right, so
if there's
then
any other thing we could have done potentially with the Genesect. Maybe we could have taken some more Goldengos out of the deck potentially.
It's very possible. And again, for all those watching, this is exactly the stuff you need to keep in mind when playing at a tournament all day, because these little sequencing decisions can be the difference between winning and losing.
Yep. So we see Nestball. I think that was Arvin. And what is that last card there?
Is that a... It's pretty.
Looks like maybe Bundle.
I think it may be Iron Bundle.
Yeah, it looks like Bundle maybe.
Which Elias doesn't really care too much about the bundle because we
Yeah.
just shove up a monkey.
Yeah.
But we don't have an out to Fez. We have 1 more card we can draw with the Goldango.
Yep. Okay, it looks like we're just going to play the bundle here.
And we absolutely go into monkey.
Definitely.
Okay. So, I mean, Elias is fine with this. That's one of Wesley's kind of pseudo gust outs.
Yep. Definitely. So we're going to go with the next one here. Ooh,
Picnic
basket.
basket does not do it. But yeah, Wesley scoops it up.
Yeah, scoops it up.
All right, we see the win for Gardevoir. So that, man, Elias has been playing a lot of Gardevoir and playing it very effectively.
Yeah, very effective as well. Yeah, definitely.
So, Brian, going into Milwaukee, there's really 2 main archetypes for Gardevoir right now. One is kind of the 3 Bravery Charm, kind of go boom boom build. And then the other is the Jellicent build. And it seemed like Charm was the best for a while. We're kind of transitioning to Jelly being the better one. Where do you fall on that?
I think it's kind of like a deck preference thing at the end of the day.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's like what you kind of want to achieve. I feel like if you, I don't know if I'm like right or wrong about this, but I feel like if you like a more control kind of aspect, you play the Jelly. And if you want more aggression, you go Triple Charm, Rare Candy, Turbo.
And I would also say it's what matchups you want to do well into.
Yeah.
If you want to do better into Goldango, Jelly is definitely the move because you can prevent them from using their superiors. You prevent them from putting down air balloons, and you can disrupt a whole lot.
Yeah.
If you want to kill everything else, you probably want the Bravery Charm build.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we had been asked by Ivan here about Terrabox, and Brian, you got a good Terrabox list for us.
Yeah,
so let's take a look at that.
Yeah, let's fire that one up. So this one was from a Champions League, I think.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's a good list anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I should say, it's got some interesting stuff in here, though.
Yeah.
So tell us about this, because there's some weird things crammed in.
Yeah. I mean, first thing you see is the Judge.
Yes. And so why is Judge good in a deck like this?
I feel like it's good just because of the same way that our teammate Eli Greenfield loves Judge. He loves turn 2 Judge. So being able to just, get the board set up, play Judge, and just disrupt your opponent's hand is just like something crazy to be able to do. And then if you have that slow start, you have stuff like the lilies to kind of work with as well. Iron Leaves is super good too. Iron Leaves has some very niche matchup stuff you can kind of work with. Just because sometimes it's hard to set up the Ogre Pond for big knockouts into Dark Pokemon. So the Iron Leaves kind of helps with that. So stuff like Zoroark, Grimmsnarl, stuff like that, Iron Leaves can be very good for. And I mean, you just have so many Terras. You got so much you can use for the Noctowl engine. Just super solid overall, I feel like.
I mean, that's a great thing. And I think having the Judge early is so powerful. Christian Fontenot, Eli, they've all talked about Judge being great in Raging Bolt. Similar concept here.
Yeah.
The Lily's Determination, I think, is such a good inclusion because if you need to just reset, you can get yourself an 8-card hand to work from. And with Noctowls included, you can do so much with a hand like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like, too, like turn 1, like if you don't start Fan Rotom, but you have Lily's Determination, it gives you another chance to draw into it.
Yes, definitely. And so I think the Fan Rotom, obviously having that as a 2-0, 4/4 Noctowl's fantastic. The other card I want to call out in here is the 2 Ogerpon, or the 2 Teal Mask Ogerpon.
Yeah.
That's a card that's gotten cut down to 1 in a lot of these lists. But also, I don't mind having the 2 because it is so important to continue to accelerate energy throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it has such good synergy with Energy Switch as well. So there are some like crazy instances where as long as you're able to get the free attachment with the Ogerpon, you can put that energy pretty much anywhere and it's going to have really good use.
Especially with something like Iron Leaves, because you're able to accelerate into play and then pull it straight off to hit with Leaves.
Exactly.
Which also helps you get around trapping cards, like that Yveltal we talked about, like Maractus. So do you have any kind of critiques of this list, Brian?
Critiques, I feel like the energy count can definitely be tweaked with a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. In what way? Couldn't really tell you off the bat. You know, it's not something I've really tested enough to where I would know. I know sometimes people have gone away from the Terrapagos, just in favor of just like keeping like the Ogerpons as your Terras to open up the Area 0 and the Noctowl engine and stuff like that. Those could be kind of like another thing you can potentially cut. Fourth Crispin could be something you can kind of add. I think Crispin is like one of the most important supporters in Terra Box. Something you can kind of think about as well. Jamming Tower could also be something that you can kind of consider as well. That could be really good as well. Those are some like thoughts, just real quick.
No, and I think that all makes sense. I think Terrapagos is so good as just a general beat stick, like, hey, I can hit with something. And Crown Opal's really good into a lot of decks.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, granted, for all those who are playing it, don't think it automatically beats other basic decks, because if they hit you with Blood Moon or Saluna EX, that still goes through Crown Opal. But the one thing I would say is the Iron Leaves is cool, the Iron Bundle is cool, the Judge is cool. All those things are really cool, and you are losing things like Fourth Crispin. You're losing things like maybe a switching out, or even a higher energy count. So I think there is a downside or kind of a risk there. And so, Ivan, you mentioned about Mega Kangaskhan. I think Mega Kangaskhan's ability is very strong, and it will be good in some formats and some decks. The risk is that is a 3-prizer.
Yeah, it's a 3-prizer at the end of the day. Like, I mean, especially if you're playing into something like Raging Bolt, or if you're playing against like something that plays fighting Pokemon that's able to take that really big knockout.
Yeah.
It's a big liability that you kind of have to think about.
Well, so the big risk, too, is it's able to take a big knockout and clean up a single prizer. Yeah. That's when the risk is big, because you can just knock out a Fan Rotom, knock out a Mega Kangaskhan, and then any 2-prizer goes down, game's over.
Yep.
And that is a big thing where if Terra Box, you're trying to kind of skew the prize trade of Fan Rotom and then force your opponent to go through 3 Terras to get through the game.
Yeah.
Then if you're throwing out the big Mega Kanga, it could completely skip a turn of attacking for you.
Yeah.
Maybe in Terra it matters less because you kind of expect stuff to get knocked out pretty easily. But in something like Raging Bolts, you don't always have the resources to go get it, and it can shorten the prize map for your opponent.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So some things to kind of think about, but I feel like as a foundation, most of the Terror Box lists that you kind of see that are performing well, you can kind of start with and then kind of tweak it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I do think that Judge is a very interesting inclusion. So, and Bryce, you can throw us back on there.
Yeah.
But so there are a couple things I think are important to keep in mind for Milwaukee, and I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
One for me is disruption.
Oh yeah.
One for me is retreat locking. And then one for me is prize shenanigans.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell us, pick one of those. Which one you want to talk about first?
I mean, we kind of already mentioned the disruption thing when we talked about Terra Box.
Yes.
Retreat Lock, we kind of talked about a little bit earlier too, just because we mentioned both of the Maractus and the Yveltal.
Yeah.
The prize shenanigans is definitely something good to talk about too, because not only do we have to worry about Dustmore now, we got to worry about Briar.
Yes. And so that one is the big one. So
Yeah.
especially with, and Bryce, can you scroll down? Are there comments we haven't seen, or
Are we caught up?
are we caught up?
Okay. Cool.
Okay, cool. So one of the big things that I wanted to talk about there is with Briar, Several Edge can play Briar,
Yep.
Terrorbox can play Briar. There's
Mhm.
a ton of stuff that can play Briar, and that's something you really have to play around carefully.
Yeah.
Dustmar is a huge deal and is obviously very powerful in the format, typically only in Dragapult. But there is a new card that has come out, Brian, that kind of disrupts that.
Yeah, Psyduck.
Yes, and also Golduck, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
But, so why is Psyduck so scary?
Yeah, so the Psyduck's ability pretty much turns off Pokemon's abilities to knock themselves out.
Yes.
So it's a direct counter to Dustmore line. So that's definitely something to kind of think about if you want to play Dragapult this weekend or next weekend.
100%.
Yeah.
And so I think Dragapult is only as good as it is because of Dustmar. And
Yeah.
listen, I know people are doing well with straight Dragapults, and I have no idea how, but
Mhm.
they're better players than me.
Yeah.
Regardless, one of the advantages with Dustmar is because you can shorten the game so much.
Yeah.
But if Psyduck stops you from knocking out, all you're playing is straight pull with more bad cards in your deck,
Yeah.
which is not ideal. So I mentioned playing 2 Halucha.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
So the reason I call that out is because you can play around Psyduck pretty easily. You just go Halucha Murder.
Yeah.
But if they Night Stretcher back, sometimes you may go, what the word can
Yeah.
I do now?
Oh, yeah.
And so I need to like test it, play some games. I don't know if I will. But I do think 2 Halucha may be valuable even in that specific scenario where
Yeah.
you're going to be able to clear that Psyduck twice while Phantom Diving twice and saying, hey, if you can apply enough pressure to get around this, you got me, bro.
Yeah, definitely. So that's actually pretty good rationale that you kind of brought up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Every
Yeah.
now and then I have good deck ideas,
Yeah.
guys. Every now and then. And Jolly, yes. Kanga Fortress, number one, I don't know if that's actually a deck, even though it's really cool. But yes, that absolutely gets cooked by Psyduck
Oh,
because
yeah.
your entire strategy goes out the window.
Definitely.
And have you seen that Kangaskhan Fortress deck?
I have, yeah.
Dude, that
Definitely
is
interesting.
For those who are watching,
Yeah.
have no idea what we're talking about. Mega Kangaskhan EX, 300 HP, 3 prize Pokemon, basic, has ability once for your turn if it's in the active, draw 2 cards. Attack, 3 colorless energy, 200, flip coin to get tails, 50 more. I read too many Pokemon cards. But Fortress knocks itself out, gives up 2 prizes, accelerates 5 grass energy from deck. So all you do is go into Mega Kangaskhan, Fortress twice, put all the energy on it, Acerola the Kangaskhan and say, you can't hit it with EXs,
Yeah.
and murder. And then when they say, fine, I'll do something else, you say, great, Acerola again, murder, and rinse and repeat until you beat your opponent. And that is crazy, Brian.
Yeah, it really is.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And yes, it gets shut down by Psyduck, but man, I don't know what to tell
It's
you on
funny.
that.
Yeah, it's just a funny card.
Oh, so all right, so we
Yeah.
talked about the prize fixing, Briar, Dustmar, stuff like that.
Yep.
So tell me about the disruption. Like, how is that going to be something to look out for?
Yeah, just because like we were mentioning earlier, if you're playing like those Raging Bolt lists that like to play turn 2 Judge, that's definitely something you have to think about. And then just like late game shenanigans too, like Iono to 1, Iono to 2, you know, like
Yeah.
Gus Fez, Iono knockout, like some things like that is that you have to like really think about like what your late game plan is going to be if you know your only draw support or your draw engine gets knocked out, whether it's early or late in the game.
Yes. No, it's 200 plus each heads, Connor, I believe. And Jolly, I actually do agree. I think Fortress could be really good with other megas in the future because y'all, I got to keep in mind, this is the very first set of megas.
Yeah.
They're going to keep printing these for a while, so we could see some really scary ones come
Yeah,
out.
and they're gonna get better too. Like I remember the first Terras were pretty awful. Like we had like Terra Arcanine and Terra Gyarados, and they sucked until they printed Zard, and then Zard was like a terror for a long time, and still kind of can be at times. But it's gonna be the same thing for the megas. Like the first few megas are gonna suck, kinda ish. Maybe they'll be good. I mean, the Guardy could be good potentially.
That was the most confident opinion I've ever heard you
Yeah.
share, Brian.
I mean, the Guardy could be good potentially in the future.
I do think the Guardy can be good. I think Lucario's good as well.
Yeah, the Lucario also kind of cooked me last week too.
Did it?
Yeah, I took a 3 prizer. I played Raging Bolt last week to a local. I
Oh.
took 3 prizes and then I just couldn't knock it out.
So I do think
Yeah.
I think Lucario gets so much better at rotation because
Yeah.
we lose Gardevoir EX. And when Gardevoir EX goes away,
Yeah.
I think finally Gardevoir gets a little
Yeah.
worse.
And those fighting damage modifiers,
So good.
they're really good.
So I will
Yeah.
say, come rotation, I think we're also going to see a big swing. But you're right, Brian. They're probably going to print more megas. And
Yeah.
they're going to
I
get
mean, we have
better.
the Megazard that's going to come out in
We
Phantasmal
do.
Flames, and that's probably going to be good-ish eventually.
Maybe.
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 Yeah.
We'll see. But yes, I will say Rocketeer 1.
Post-rotation.
What?
Mm.
So actually, the Psychic patch is really good
Yeah.
with that Mewtwo. Yes, Wonder Patch, exactly. And okay. So now the issue is, Jolly, I don't know about a draw engine for the deck, but you're right. It is going to get a lot better.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting to see.
Mhm.
So while we're setting up around here, Brian, the other thing I want to talk about with that disruption is I think we're going to go in 2 directions right now. One, decks are going to get more consistent because of lilies.
Yeah.
Early game.
Early game.
But
And potentially late game.
maybe. And so that's the thing late
Yeah.
game. So late game, 2 things. Some decks are going to cut down on the Ionas they play.
Yeah.
So there may be less disruption available. But an advantage of research isn't just seeing more cards,
Yeah.
but you are consistently thinning out your deck throughout the whole game. If you play a Lilies, you're only thinning out 1 card and then whatever you play subsequently. So decks may end games, and we saw this during the Sun and Moon era for a bit. Decks ended games with a lot of cards still in deck.
Yeah.
And so now you're going to have to sequence and thin really effectively because you're going to have just more cards available by the end.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, that's a big issue, and it's really going to put a lot of focus and play on how well you manage resources, how well you thin, because you could get punished hard if you don't thin effectively.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So do we still think Iona to 1 is going to be a winning strategy?
I think it can be. Yeah, because, I mean, depending on your situation, you know, like, I mean, if you have a 5-card hand, Iona to 1, any of those cards could be really good.
True.
But, you know, Iona to 1, 25-card or 25-card deck. One of those cards could be Lily to 6.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true, but then it's not boss.
That's not boss. That is true.
Yeah, so, and I think
Yeah.
that's something I want everyone to keep in mind.
Yeah.
That Lilies is good, but also keep it in mind, too, I think it also improves the impact of Duskmar
Yeah.
because if your opponent isn't playing Psyduck, you can turn off their Lily to 8.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely can.
All right, so I'm yapping a lot. We've got our next round ready to
Yeah.
go here, and we are going to see Grimmsnarl versus Copper. This is the matchup I wanted to see,
Oh, yeah.
Brian. All right, so what the heck is happening in this matchup here?
I have no idea, but I see 3 bench Pokemon being put onto the board
Yeah,
before they even flip their
What is
their
happening
actives.
on Alfredo's board?
Yeah.
My goodness. Tatsugiri.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Holy. Now, who is going first?
Yep. Let's go on first. So we have Squawk here. So,
Which is probably pretty good.
yeah. Probably doesn't feel good to put all this energy to discard this early in the
It
game,
does
but
not.
it's all, I mean, if we're going to be using our Chaladon to kind of accelerate everything, I guess it's not terrible.
Well, I would have liked to Earthen Vessel away 1 more metal at least, but
Yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. I mean, we get Arvin, so Arvin will be able to get us some basics onto the bench. We
Ooh,
have
okay,
the,
okay.
I forgot what the baby elephant's called.
Q-Font.
Q-Font, yeah.
Yes, so it's Copper Fant because CU is Copper. And we have Secret Box in hand. So here's a hilarious thing. Alfredo absolutely should have held one of those Pokemon to discard with Secret
Yeah,
Box.
definitely. So at least you can kind of keep something, you know? You can keep
Right.
the Evo. You can keep the Iono. You can keep maybe even the Evo or like you know, anything.
Or even the boss for
The
later.
boss, yeah.
Pidgey, yes. Alfredo was clearly the GOAT after looking at that hand.
Yeah.
Holy. But yes, we're going to see a Spike Booth. We're going
Yep.
to see a Lilies. We're going to get to see. You're not allowed to get
Yep.
2 Lilies.
I think he's just flexing that he's got the lilies.
That's fair.
It's got to be.
And I got to imagine we see a Buddy Poffin and then a Evo?
Could be.
Or an air balloon.
Yeah.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on that approach?
I don't know.
Are we not playing Frostlass?
Might.
Oh, no, they're in there.
They're in there. Yeah, interesting. I think we still haven't grabbed our item yet.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we may be debating the Yveltal or not.
Yeah, it could be.
And that is an interesting decision here. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we're switching out. Oh, we did have the item. So
we
we're gonna
did
play.
prize second Evo, it looks like,
Yeah.
Connor. Which, again, listen, I
Yeah.
know y'all will get hyped if you have that kind of board, but it's okay to let it be.
Yep. So we're going to put down the air balloon here.
Oh, and we are going to go
Energy
trap the
Surge.
Squawk.
Looks like that's the plan here. It looks like we're just going to play the Lily here.
What do you think about that decision, Brian?
I mean, besides some of the early sequencing, ending with the Lily is fine.
Yeah.
I like that, just because now we're going to be able to, you know, pretty much dump the entire hand and end up with 8 cards.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Connor, we are happy to have you on Twitch rather than YouTube. They're both fine for us. And I agree. I would think Attach Evo would be better here.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, Brian, as we're watching this turn, what do you think about Ivan's question? Is Grim back?
I personally say no. I know other people on the team seem to say yes. And it kind of just depends on the meta, right? Because, like, I know, like, Grimmsnarl had a really great NAIC. You know, top 8 of that event. I think it was because Gardevoir was so popular, this and that. But at the same time, it's like, it's kind of like what we kind of say. The deck doesn't have a draw engine.
It does not.
It can be kind of, the deck can kind of struggle if your lines aren't really correct. You can get punished really easily. But it's one of those things where it's like a very powerful deck. It's got a lot of really cool things it's able to do. Spreads a lot of damage, this and that. But if you're not able to, you know, enact the game plan, I mean, you're kind of left with not very many pieces to work with.
So I would agree with that. And so I do like the Yveltal play, but to be honest, I almost would have much preferred to see the, like, double Frostlass aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Because even if Alec doesn't take a prize here, I don't know if Alec cares.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I feel like he's just kind of setting up his board a little bit more.
Yeah, and we're going to see that Artisan to do so.
Yeah, we'll probably get another Q-Font here.
I mean, we probably play multiple Turo.
Yeah.
And this also enables the monkey setup. Connor, technically Tatsugiri is a draw engine, and you can't see me on camera, but engine has heavy air quotes around it.
Definitely. I know it's funny because I know, like, Azul loves to clown on Tatsugiri all the time too, as like that card being kind of fake. But a lot of people, especially in like Japan loves Tatsugiri.
Japan does love Tatsugiri.
Yeah. So we'll kind of see.
So I don't mind using the Artisan here, but I guess, Brian, I don't know what Alex's plan is with this hand.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a question too. And I think that also comes with, like, we don't really know what this deck wants to accomplish at the same time. I mean, we know it hits really hard and you use Archaladon to accelerate energy, but the opening game plan, like turn 1, turn 2, we don't really know what you're kind of trying to achieve here.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would say, as much as, the elephant is the cool part of this deck,
yeah,
I actually feel like Alec really wants to be an Archaladon deck.
Yeah, I would think so too, just because the Archaladon, just the 220 is just a clean number, can take out a lot of stuff. Could be super good here as well. So we do play a switch, which can also be very helpful in this matchup as well.
Definitely. I don't think Alec minds going with this TM, what is it, Turbo Energize?
Turbo Energize, yeah.
Because we're going to get set up for the Archaladon. We're going to set up damage, or set up energy on the monkey, which is so good.
Yeah.
And I mean, we probably just want to clear this Genesect out, since this is clearly not good.
Yeah, definitely. And it could end up just being more of a liability than anything else.
I would agree. Unless we're going to get rid of the Duraludon.
Yeah, looks like we're eyeing potentially the Genesect. Ooh, the E-Switch? I don't know how I feel about that one.
I don't know how I feel about that one
Yeah.
either. So why do you think Alex is going with that?
That I couldn't really tell you. I feel like E-Switch is one of those cards that I always just like holding on to. It's like I feel awful whenever I have to discard E-Switch because I feel like it's just so powerful.
Well, so this is an issue. I don't. Oh, there is one dark
Yeah.
energy in deck. Okay, okay. We're fine. We're fine. It's all fine. It's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna get 2 metals, attachment, energize, Duraludon.
And I mean, this seems fine.
Yeah.
And
It's like turbo energize.
my guess, Brian, is we're gonna put a dark on the monkey and a metal on one of the Duraludons.
I would assume so too.
And so, let's see the metal.
Let's see, put 1 metal, Q font.
All right, so why? Oh, and there aren't any
Ooh.
dark, just
Yeah.
metal.
I think we discarded all of our darks with that squawk.
We did. I know there were
Yeah.
2 that went into the discard pile,
Yeah.
so maybe the third's prized.
Maybe, could be.
We'll find out. But anyway, we do get 2 energy on the board, which is good. And Alfredo, though, has got to be pretty happy with the result of that turn.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we're going to take out the Artisan here in favor of the Spike Muth, and that will be able to grab a Morgrim.
And so now Alfredo has an opportunity to be aggressive here.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you think that's the right line?
I feel like in this instance, you can get aggressive just because with the Squawk and the active, it's just such an easy Pokemon to take out. It's just a pretty free way to kind of get your first 2 prizes.
All right, so here's my other question for you, Brian. Did we actually want to Spike Muth there?
I don't think, if we're thinking about playing Lily, I don't think we should have. Because you never know if you Lily into Rare Candy.
I agree. So I think Alfredo specifically decided not to go for the Rare Candy play because he did have Arven in hand. But I also would have liked to see, hey, can I raw draw into the Morgrim to then Spike Muth for Grimmsnarl or another Morgrim?
Definitely. So we're going to get our 8 cards here.
Gosh, that's so many cards.
Yeah, so many. So we're going to put energy onto the Monkey Dory here. And it looks like we might just attack with the Veltal again.
Yeah, it looks like. So clutch for 20, 40 damage on the Squawk. We see another Turbo Energize, which is not the most helpful.
Not what we're looking for here.
So what do you think we go with?
Looks like we're just going to put another energy maybe on... Is that going to go on the Q font again? Oh, looks like we're eyeing the Energize again. That can't be great.
So I actually would like to see the Energize, but just discard it and then use the, well, okay. This is actually where I would have really liked to see Motivate.
Yeah.
Because I would have liked to motivate the dark energy onto the monkey to start undoing what Alfredo's doing here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Motivate would be super good here. Yeah.
All right, we'll just see past Alfredo. Now, Alfredo's got to be feeling great.
Definitely.
So then what's the play here for Alfredo?
Yeah, so it looks like the Spike Muth is going to grab another Morgrim, and I think we do have Grimmsnarl in hand, and the Grimmsnarl is going to accelerate our energy.
Which is great, because now we will get to be more aggressive, and Alex's hand is clearly bad.
Yeah.
So this is fine.
Yeah, this is super fine here. So we're going to be able to put some of that energy onto the Grimmsnarl here. I'm thinking we probably put 1 on the Morgrim just to set up another attacker. And then we pretty much just retreat into the Grimmsnarl, and we just get started with attacking, and then Alfredo looks like he's going to go up 2 prizes here.
I would agree. So seeing both come down the Morgrim, which I don't love, but that's okay.
It's okay.
And Fizzle, I agree. I think people really undersell how important Motivate is in an attack.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw it. I remember, was it 2024 Worlds? Was that Hawaii?
2024 was Hawaii, yes.
Yeah, that top 8 match, the Ian Robb DQ. He was using more. He was using the Motivate to.
Dude, Motivate against Iron Thorns is exactly the move.
That
because
was the
if
move.
you put energy on your guy and they don't hit heads on hammers, what do?
No one knew. No one knew. And Ian Robb, he cooked that match. I mean, the DQ ended up cooking him. But you know, like, I mean, that match was a masterclass.
It was.
Yeah.
And so Motivate's actually really important a little earlier than that.
Yeah.
When Miraidon was playing against, playing against Urshifu.
Oh, yeah.
You would Motivate to your Mew.
Yeah.
And there we go. We do see Fizzle. I actually agree. I think he could have gotten all the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And so we do see the Motivate. Dark Energy comes on the Monkey Dory. Would have loved to see that last turn, but here we are. And now we get another Grimmsnarl out.
Double Grimmsnarl.
That's really good.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if we're going to start attacking now. Because now that we have the Monkey Dory here, we should probably start attacking before it starts moving all the damage counters away.
I would think so.
Yeah.
And especially because we still have Devo available, we can set up for a board wipe against Alec.
We definitely can. Let's see here what we're looking to do here. We still don't have Frostlass, unfortunately, though. But looks like we're just going to retreat into the Grimmsnarl here and just take the knockout onto the Squawkabilly.
And I don't know how much Alfredo cares about the Frostlass at this point because of how established his board is.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we're going to put that into the Q font here. Looks like we're just going to go for the knockout.
And then 30 onto the Q font, so down to, or 50 damage on it now. Alfredo takes 2 prizes.
Yep, and it looks like we do have the Frostlass now off of the prizes.
And this is a little sketchy for Alec here.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like we're going to go straight into the Q font here.
And so we have Genesect to get the evolutions out.
Yeah, and I think that's why we were kind of holding that Genesect for so long, is because we didn't want it to become a big liability here.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so now here's the issue. I know we want to go into the elephant. I know the elephant's really cool.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine putting 30 damage on each of our bench Pokemon is good.
Yeah, especially when Frostlass is going to be coming in next turn, and then we're still moving damage with the Grimmsnarl, this and that. So definitely doesn't feel great.
No, especially benching another 2-prizer that's going to be easy pickings for Alfredo here.
Exactly.
This can't be good.
Yes, it looks like the Archaludon's finally coming out here, potentially.
And I think it has to in order for Caparajah to attack.
Yeah.
Why do we think Caparajah is the better attacker here?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I wouldn't know. Because my assumption was that maybe Archaludon was going to be the one that was going to be the main attacker here.
I would also agree with that assumption, because I think your assumption is correct. But here we are.
Here we are.
260 is going to be a big hit. Monkey's going to be able to undo a bunch of that. But it will take 30 less damage from Grimmsnarl's attacks, which is good.
Yeah.
And we are going to be able to monkey away some of that ourselves. So, unfortunately, we are going to be 30 damage away from a knockout on Grimmsnarl, which is crazy.
So it looks like we're going to put an energy onto the Archaludon as well. One on the Caparajah.
Do we have an energy to attach to the Caparajah?
Yes,
we do.
Okay.
Okay.
We still have the rod. I don't think how that's really that relevant at the moment. Looks like we might just swing here.
And I mean, I think that's the best option we've got.
Yeah.
Obviously, Monkey Dory first.
Yep.
And I mean, dude, this has to go on the active,
yeah,
right?
Definitely.
And then we will hit for 260. And then do a whole lot of damage to ourselves.
Yep.
Now, this feels awful, Brian.
Yes, it doesn't feel great.
Why do you think this feels so awful? Because this feels awful.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of stuff now is just within one-shot knockout range for this Grimmsnarl. I mean, like, think about it like this. We move some damage onto the Genesect. We gust it. We knock it out. We do a little bit more, like, Monkey Dory shenanigans, and we can pretty much knock out anything else on the board.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and plus we have another attacker pretty much ready to go right away. So once, like, Frostlass starts kicking in, this and that, like, a lot of stuff's going to be able to knock out.
Agreed. And honestly, it may be that Alex starts knocking out his own bench on his turn, which is problematic.
That's definitely problematic as well. So something to even think about, too, is, like, if we swing at this Genesect, Frostlass will knock it out in checkup.
100%.
Yeah, that's something to think about, too. And, you know, there's just so much on Alfredo's board. I mean, look at how set up he is. I mean, it's pretty difficult to get a board like this, but if you're able to, like, you just have so much agency in the game.
So one thing that Alec does have going for him is that he will be able to, if he hits either another monkey or that Gravity Mountain he showed, he will be able to knock out this Grimmsnarl during his turn.
Yeah, definitely.
Because even with the monkey healing, there's still 60 damage available on it, so we could get to a point here where he's able to apply a lot of pressure.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I could have sworn Alec had 2 Dark Energy in the discard pile. Is there only one?
I don't know. Maybe he played that rod or something like that. I don't know, actually.
I
I
don't
swore
know
I
either.
also saw 2.
That's fine. Here we
Yeah.
are. We will see 30 go onto the Duraludon. And then I gotta imagine we just hit.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But do we Iono? We can't Iono.
No, there's no way we do. Especially with like only a couple cards in hand, and Alex got full 6 prize cards remaining still.
I don't mind that attachment just
Yeah.
as a retreat.
Yep, and then we're gonna put more damage onto this Duraludon.
We do only hit for 150 on the active because the ability does reduce damage taken by 30.
Let's see if they recognize it.
Do you mind just saying it's gonna be 180 total on the active? Ooh. All right, perfect. We're good. There you go.
Yep.
Thank you, Bryce. All right, so here's where things get interesting. We have a Turo.
Yeah, we do have a Turo.
And so if we have an out to energy, we could double monkey.
Yeah, we definitely can. It could be pretty solid too, because if we get out of this Caparaja, we can start using our Chaladon more as an attacker here too.
And so this is where I think going to the Archaladon would have been so much better. We are not going to have an out to the 3rd energy to allow our Chaladon to attack.
Yeah.
Which sucks. But if we had gone in with our Chaladon, we could have then hit for 220 again.
Yep.
However, on the upside, we're going to be able to, what is the attack? Hammer in. We're going to be able to hammer in, knock out this Grimmsnarl.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious to
Yeah,
me.
it definitely is.
But now we'll see if Alex is alive.
Yeah.
All right, so then Brian, talk us through. What else is Alex going to do here?
Yeah, so it's looking like he's trying to Monkey Dory some damage away from somebody. Looks like it's going to be coming from this Duraludon on the bench, going straight into the active. So we're at 210 on that Grimmsnarl now.
Well, so here's actually, we have Genesect on bench. Do we have another Archaladon in deck?
That I actually don't know. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so what's the thought process here?
Yeah. I think we're just trying to move a little bit more damage and then just trying to take a clean knockout. But at the same time, I think we're still in between if we're going to be using the Turo or not.
And I mean, if we have another Archaladon in deck, we absolutely should. Even if we don't, scooping up this elephant and then using Hammer in to take 2 prizes, that has to be good, right?
It's got to be.
And also, we absolutely should be taking this damage off the monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, the monkey is pretty much the most important right now.
All right, and then tell me we're going to Turo the active. Tell me we're going to Turo the active. Please Turo the active. Do it.
I think we're...
Do it. I can't say it any louder, Brian.
We can't. I know.
Is there any world we don't Turo the active?
I feel like if we don't Turo the active, then it's like we just lose out on. I mean, we just end up falling behind more.
I agree. Okay, so we don't have another bridge in deck, which is a problem.
Yeah.
And that is definitely problematic.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have a bridge prize at least, but we still have a knockout
Yeah.
while undoing a full turn of attack and spread.
Okay, it looks like. Are we just attacking here?
This can't possibly be correct.
No.
You know what?
Oh, wow, I guess we went
we're
for the
doing
attack.
it.
We went
we're
for the
doing
attack.
it. Why, Brian? Why are we doing this?
This is just going to put more damage on everybody now.
It is.
Yeah.
This is not good because
is
now
not
Monkey's going to get knocked out with a Monkey Ping, and Active's going to get knocked out,
Yeah,
and then
this
Alfredo's going to go to 1 prize remaining.
This Duraludon's going to go down too, potentially.
Yes, and I think
Yeah.
if the Duraludon goes down, Alfredo just wins.
Yeah.
So if we see a second Monkey, I think if we see
we have
a second monkey,
We have a second monkey.
that's game.
Could be. And then, and we have E-Switch.
Oh, yeah, even with E-Switch, great.
E-Switch.
So we're going to be able to move 40, which will put that Duraludon at 110.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go in with Grimmsnarl and just knock it out, and then Frostlass pings Monkey Dory, and we got game at Alfredo's end.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do it again. So we actually just straight up knock out the Duraludon.
Yep. Yep, we take a prize here. Then we're going to retreat into Grimmsnarl.
And we're debating it. We're mapping it out, mapping it out.
Yep.
And knockout,
That's game.
knockout. That
Yeah,
is game.
That is game.
So Grimmsnarl EX takes down the bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge of elephants.
Yep, the bridge and the elephant.
And now, I got to say, that is not an upset.
No.
No, that's pretty
No.
clearly defined.
Yeah.
And Bryce, do we have a second game? We do. So we have
Yes.
Guardy, EX, Mirror, and Trevor,
Yeah.
who is a pro, playing against Christian here. And we're seeing that jelly versus non-jelly.
Yeah, and I think we got to swap the names. Yeah, thanks. There we go.
All right, so then, Brian, tell us about the game situation.
Yeah,
here. We're
so
4-2, jelly in the active for the player behind.
Yeah, so this is actually kind of like what we were talking about earlier. So Trevor's going with the jelly build, and Christian, I know, doesn't play the jelly. So,
And Hustle, we
interesting.
got you.
Yes,
Don't
we
worry.
gotcha, we gotcha. Yeah, so it's interesting just because now we have different kind of play styles here, kind of clashing and seeing which one kind of works better.
And so this is interesting because the jelly is going to prevent stuff like Night Stretcher, another Bravery Charm from coming down.
Yep.
And with Christian being at 3 prizes remaining, we can afford to take a single prize knockout here if we want to.
We definitely could. So let's see what we end up doing here.
So why do you think Christian didn't go into Guardy?
Yeah, I don't exactly know. I feel like the Guardy mirror has changed so much. Every format, it just gets so different.
I would agree. And this is not even a perfect mirror anyway.
Yeah.
We cannot Artisan again.
We cannot. I wonder if we played Supporter yet?
I don't think we have.
We got double Guardy. Oh, I guess we haven't. We're going to play the Iono here.
Which, to be fair, that Iono's not really great for either player.
Yeah.
But so, Brian, I guess, why do you think Christian didn't go into Gardevoir?
Yeah, I guess wanting to snipe something instead. So, so with the jelly, that means we just can't attach tools from hand, but they're still active.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't play tools, you can't play items.
Yeah, so I think Christian wants to take a Monkey Dory out of play. I think that's the route that he's kind of going here.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
If we had... I'm trying to think how important it is. Yeah, and I think just taking a Monkey Dory knockout is good here.
Yeah. Brings him down to 2 prizes here. Trev's at 4. And trying to figure out what to do next, just because, I mean, this Bravery Charm is going to be a little tough to work around.
So here's the question I had, and not going into Guardy in the first place. If you go into Guardy, you can put some damage on the Jellicent and try to set something up. But is Christian banking on Trevor not having access to energy or something?
Could be, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't seem to make sense because there's only 1 energy left in deck.
Yeah.
So we'll see Monkey Dark go in.
Looks like we're eyeing another monkey here. There's not that many energy. There's only 3 in the discard.
Yeah, so we'd be able to still put however much damage we wanted on the board.
Yeah, we could still use the the jelly as an attacker too.
Exactly. And Fizzle, it makes sense that Jelly's favored in the mirror just because it eliminates so much of the advantages the non-Jelly build has. Excuse me, but Brian, we've started to see stuff like Iron Bundle make its way into Guardy.
Yeah, which is definitely really cool. I like seeing those kinds of like advancements and innovations in the deck, just because it kind of opens up a lot of doors for that matchup in particular. And the Iron Bundle definitely helps with other matchups too.
Fizzle, I don't believe either of them play Mega Guardy.
I don't think anyone's playing Mega Guardy right now.
So why is that, Brian?
Yeah, I feel like it's just a 3 prize liability. I mean, stuff like Zoroark can just knock it out so easily. It just doesn't seem very good yet. Yeah.
I agree, because I think the whole advantage of that is accelerating energy and then hitting for big one-shots.
Yeah.
And there are so many ways to do that in Guardy already that don't involve a 3-prizer.
Exactly.
All right, so we do see the other energy come down. And we have a counter catcher available if we want.
Yeah, so we're going to double Monkey onto the active.
And then just knock it out. So just clear our board of damage.
Yep.
Ooh. So then what does Christian do here?
Yeah, I guess we don't know who to really put on. I guess it's fine.
So this is where I think it gets interesting. And this is where I think not putting that monkey damage on the board is problematic for Christian, because it could have put a lot more pressure on Trevor to have to do something a little more weird here.
Yeah, definitely.
I know, Ben.
Yeah.
We've gotten a couple today.
Yeah, we have gotten a couple, but I feel like the ones that we've had here have been relatively entertaining.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Brian, this to me is looking like nope, can't play that down.
Yep.
But this is looking like a mind bend angle.
Yeah, it could be.
Bryce, if he
Yeah.
attaches X, you just let him know he's not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, he put it down.
Yeah.
Oh, before you draw.
Before he
he
draws.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
There you
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, cool.
In case guys
Yep.
didn't hear the "Hey, you stop," those Bryce's
Yeah.
wild enthusiasm.
Yes.
Thank you, Bryce. So we'll see the Iola to 2 for Christian, down to 3 for Trevor. We are going to be able to draw with Fez too after this if we
Yes.
want.
We got secret box.
Can't play
Fez.
that.
Yep.
No, Ben, there were no Great Tusk Enjoyers. There was a Mega Abomasnow, but turns out that deck's not very good.
Yeah.
All right, but now for Christian, this could be a mind bend angle.
Yeah, definitely could. But
Oh.
it looks like we're gonna Miracle Force potentially.
I actually love that.
Yeah.
Because I guess what's the downside? Leo, awesome to see you, my guy. Thank you very much for joining, man. Abomasnow does indeed lose to Great Tusk, Ben.
Yes.
That is an accurate
true.
statement. All right, so I actually think the Miracle Force is the right move here. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree as well. It's just like very reliable attack, and even if we double monkey, we can always just put the damage back on and then just take the Jellicent out of play from there.
Well, and I think that's what it comes down to is
Yeah.
I don't know how Trevor wins if Christian just hits for 190 here.
Yeah.
Especially because we can double monkey all of it onto, or single monkey it on there and then
Yeah.
hit it, and now we're at 220.
Yep.
And I don't know if Guardy's playing Turo right now.
Not really. I don't think so either. Yeah,
I mean, I'll say that, and then Trevor will have Turo
Yeah,
on hand, but
probably.
no, we
Yeah.
don't. And we have no way to draw. We can't clear our board to put a Scream Tail down.
Yeah, we cannot.
There's no disruption available. If we hit with Jellicent, we just lose.
Yep.
How does Trevor win this?
Yeah, might just be like a mind bend. I feel like mind bend's probably the way to do it.
So Mind Bend is a line. Yeah, it is a line. And I think it helps more than hurts Christian because then it's more
Yeah.
damage for him to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's the only way here.
Could be. Gonna put.
Sure,
Charm
Bravery
down.
Charm on Fez.
Yeah.
We have plenty of monkey damage to move.
Yeah.
Is it a return Miracle Force or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so then Brian, talk
Yeah.
us through here. Like, if you're Trevor, what's the decision-making process?
Yeah.
What are you looking at for your
I
prize
mean,
map?
he's trying to figure out what the checkmate's trying to figure out the checkmate here, because Christian's trying to set him up to where he can't win the game either way, depending on whichever decision he decides to make. So he just wants to be able to figure out what Christian's thinking and make his plan against his. So it looks like we're going into the Miracle Force potentially. I was thinking the Mind Bend here, but I guess we're trying to pressure into our own 2-shot on the side of Trevor here.
And I can see that. So we're down to 110 HP
Yeah.
remaining on the bench, Jellicent.
Yeah.
We're going to be at 60 or 250 damage on the active. Oh. And that's
Yeah.
perfect math to knock out. Yeah, we need to move 30 damage off of this Gardevoir.
Yep.
Oh, man. So this is going a little slow, but as you can see for Guardy, that math is so important.
Yeah. Because we don't want to set up our own Gardevoir EX to get knocked out.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we go down to 210 on the Jellicent, which also we can't do
Yeah.
because we're 2 monkeys away from winning.
Mm-hmm.
We can't put 60 on the active because we're 2 monkeys away from winning. And it's all just going to come down to, can Christian get a dark?
That's true.
So, Brian, can Christian get a dark?
I haven't seen the hand yet.
We have a secret box.
Oh, we have a secret box. We can get a dark.
We can probably get a
Yeah,
dark.
we can probably get a dark.
And now I will say for everyone watching, like, this is where that resource management matters. So Christian in the previous game had used a Night Stretcher kind of aggressively. If we'd done the same here, that could be game losing.
Yeah, definitely. So we have Rare Candy here.
With Rare Candy, Artisan, Bravery Charm, it really is just going to come down to, do we have an Out to Dark?
Yeah, so we're going to Ultra Ball first to check.
Which is very reasonable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we see it there. It's in the deck.
We got a Night Stretcher in deck.
Yeah.
As long as we have a Dark. All right, there we go. So we're going to be able to Secret Box, get a Night Stretcher, and that is all we need.
There we go.
So Christian takes down Jellicent in the Guardy Mirror-ish. And I mean, what a good decision to apply that pressure to the Jellicent to set up kind of a checkmate board there.
Yeah, and definitely. That's kind of like what Trevor was trying to figure out. It's like, is he able to get around the checkmate?
Yeah.
I think he recognized the checkmate. He definitely did recognize the checkmate because of the way he was kind of manipulating his damage counters. But it didn't seem like it was enough at that point of the game.
I agree. And so I think credit to Trevor for trying to find the line. But for all those watching, the other lesson I want you to take from this is bench management matters so much. That Pheasantipity was helpful for Trevor. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Thank you. But the issue was we couldn't screen tail or do anything else to try to disrupt what Christian was doing. So when y'all are playing in Milwaukee or wherever else, keep a very close eye on what do I need to do the next couple turns to win the game, and do I have resources and bench available for it? So, Brian, any last thoughts for the people going into the weekend?
No, good luck to anybody who's playing. You know, make sure to keep your testing to be very informative. You know, try to learn something from it. Don't just mindlessly play games. Try to, you know, learn something from both ends about it. Yeah, keep it up with the testing. Good luck to everybody that's going to be competing. Safe travels to everybody going over there.
Yeah. I know we got about a week and a half till Milwaukee, but I also want to say, like, thank you all for joining. Appreciate your insight. I'll probably just post a poll on Twitter of what the heck do I play, because I don't know what to play. So we'll be talking about it.
Yeah, and we still got next week to kind of figure it out too. We got another week of locals to kind of figure that out too.
Thank goodness. I'm happy for that. So, like we said, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for all the players too. We will try to have an update on the League Invitational in the next couple days. So, Bryce, Brian, thank you guys for being here. And thank you to everyone. We will see you here next time at Nerd Rage Gaming.